It's time for trigger warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
How dare you!
Hello. Tonight's stream. Oh, assuming you can hear me. Actually, wait, there we go. Let's bring that in a little bit. Tonight's stream is dedicated to Joe Biden. Thank you, Joe. Your recent allegations of your touchy-feeliness have finally taught the American left the importance of due process and innocent until proven guilty. Loads of crazy lunatics are taking off their believe all women badges right now and just sort of putting them away to go, well, at least he's the rapist with the with the least bad policies. It's like, really? If you live in a world where you're choosing to vote between two racists, then you need to calm the fuck down. Ricky's asking me, what the fuck is on my head? It's my pig. I used to be in a band. Well, I'm still in a band called Livestock Jihad, and the logo for Livestock Jihad was a pig on a crucifix, the Cruci Pig. So I'm gonna say fan. A fan made this for me, and I used to always wear it. And it was like we used to do our gigs on Saturday night, and when I put this on, it meant I was having fun. And it means I'm having fun right now. Someone's Biden should be in a care home. He should. What they've done to that man is disgraceful. It's disgusting. I'm going to start with Jonathan. There you go. Right, Smoke Steve. Everyone, in fact. Hayden's not here. I don't know if any of you know. It's not really on me to go into why, but he has been talking this week about his mother-in-law, and he's tweeted this out publicly, so I'm not sort of crossing any weird lines here now, but she lost the fight and she's gone. So we're not sure if we're going to get Hayden. I'm pretty sure he's drinking. I'm just not sure if he's going to be drinking on stream tonight. So I need you. Of course I need you. You can DM me on Twitter, or you can do that via at Graham Booth's, probably easier, but you can do it on Trigger Warning as well. In fact, let me get the little thing up there. I've got it at the bottom. There we go. Other than that, refresh the page. The link should be in the description. It should be right there saying like join us or something along those lines. I can whack it in the comments as well. There we go. So please join me. Otherwise, this will get very sad very quickly. Just 4 hours of just, oh my. But what I'm going to do, though, whilst I am waiting for you to join in, because hopefully some of you will, otherwise it will get very, very weird, I would like to talk a little bit about Red Dwarf. I don't know if anyone saw it. I know we got a lot of people who are watching America that might not necessarily be fans of Red Dwarf, but Red Dwarf is one of these things. It's been going more than 30 years. And in fact, I can see it there. He's getting comfy. I'm just going to pop him. More than 30 years. Let's give him a chance, because he's still got our stream on, bless him. I heard myself remotely. I'll give him a chance to get comfortable. But yeah, Red Dwarf, Thursday, they had a feature-length episode called The Promised Land, and it was so fucking good. And I'm gonna say this, I wouldn't usually. What it was, it was like, when mums in their 40s go and watch Take That. And Take That, they're all old. They've got kids. I think maybe one of them's a granddad or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They're old. They've got the dad bellies. They've got the cracks, but they stand there singing all the young songs. That's what watching Red Dwarf was like on Thursday for me. I was just, the whole thing just beaming like an absolute tool. I adored it. Hello, Nick.
Good evening.
Yeah. Did you watch Red Dwarf on Thursday?
I didn't. I'm going to probably... I'll tell you why, because I was doing my own stream.
Oh, of course. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I got because I don't have like a TV plugged in, like a terrestrial one, like just like an aerial. So I was like, what am I going to do? I didn't want to watch it via a pirate stream, because I was like, I'm more than happy to like legitimately watch it and give them numbers and do it right or whatever. Plus, I knew that nobody's paying for ads at the moment. No one wants to be associated with coronavirus. So I got the UK TV Play app on my phone and just streamed it to my Chromecast, and it was perfect. It was all HD. Dude, did you ever watch the series back in the day?
Oh yeah, I watched it all. I was a massive Red Dwarf fan. It was just great. It was mind you, it was like the beginning of alt comedy.
Yeah,
I mean, mainstream comedy back then was all kind of quite straight ahead, stand up, one joke at a time. That was one of the first kind of alt comedy type programs that was so off the wall and so up to date. It was ahead of its time by miles.
Oh yeah. It's weird as well because it was inspired by Alien, and if you ever watch it, you're like, there's no way this is inspired by it. But I can see how they got there though, because they've just got this big spit, this giant ship, just like the first Alien film. They've got this sort of hopelessness and isolation and stuff, and I can see how they got a few little points there, and then just went a whole other direction. And
I was probably a bit too young to be watching it at the time because it was a late night thing. It was run when it was on TV when I was at primary school. It was like a long time ago. But we all watched it because it was one of them things, a bit like Spitting Image. It was classic TV, legendary stuff.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I don't want to ruin it for you because it's one of them. You know, when they bring something back, and they've done it recently, haven't they? They did like a one-off where they went back to Earth, and it was all self-referential and up its own ass and full-on CGI. This goes back to like the shit sets. And the the look of it, but you're happy because you're like, oh, there's Craig Charles.
Like home.
Yeah, like he looks like a recovering drug addict. He looks like what he is, a recovering drug addict that did loads of shit that you loved as a child, you know. And he just stands there like he's like a granddad singing that song that granddad always sings, and you're just there going, "This is amazing." And they lean into it though, you know the way Red Dwarf, they had videotapes and CDs and stuff. Well, in the new one, they have a floppy disk, a 3.5-inch floppy. Although they twist it up a little bit, but it's great. They're just
I'm gonna pick it up and check it out at some point when I get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, very, very good. It made me happy. It made me very, very happy, man. Especially at the moment with all this bullshit. I was just, it was just like because it was an hour and a half, but with the pause in space, it was just 2 hours of going. And there was even Alien references. So now you know it was based off Alien. There'll be one bit where you're like, they've thrown that in for idiots like me. It's good. It's funny as well because for anyone who doesn't know Red Dwarf, I'd recommend this because it's almost kind of nearly a soft reboot, almost in that they establish certain characters again. Like they don't change it; they just let you know again. Rather than just running straight into it. And they write into the story, so it's justified. But don't think this is going to be like a reasonable, well thought out story. It's stupid. A cat has a giant cat flap as a door, even though it's ridiculous. Don't think about why. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the nonsense. So what have you been up to anyway, my man?
Usual story, usual list. Work hard, play hard. I've done my own feed at 9 o'clock.
Oh, nice.
Which has been pretty popular. Just generally trying to go out and do what I normally do. I'm just checking out some of the comments. Why? Because I've got something on my head. Am I now a member of ISIS? I mean, it just makes the headphones feel a bit more comfortable. That's all it is. No one said a word about what this geezer's wearing. Look at what this guy's wearing. I've not got some pink headphones on.
What are you talking about, man? This is my style, man. Everyone loves this. Everyone is 100% behind this.
I figured out how far away I need to be from the camera as well.
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Have we got the link to the thing? Yeah, I can play that for you. 1 second. I'll be right back. There you go. Sam, are you happy then, does it?
It's tremendous.
My partner showed my daughter that, and now we do it constantly. Only I do the nice singing. The funny thing is, she sings Frozen all the time, but I do the nice bit. In fact, I sent you a video, didn't I?
Yeah,
in your DMs, because I don't like to put my daughter online because even though
no, understandable.
I trust almost everyone watching this, like completely. I really, really do. And in fact, that's why that you tend to get them in DMs instead.
Yeah,
but there's just that weird thing of like, honestly, I'm worried about like the SJW sort of Antifa types, because they're like they're the ones who will troll through your entire social media and just look for some way to hurt you and shit. And it's like, I'm not even worried about our lot. I'm not at all. Which is again why you get DMs of me and my daughter.
It's not even if they find anything; it's when they find anything at all and then twist it.
Yes,
it's just that's a bit sick for me, if you ask me. I mean, I just find it just wrong.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't, we've already had a weird one where my girl was in the park and she was shouting a name and someone was like, "Oh, are you Graham Booth's missus?" And she came back like really chilled and like, "Oh, someone just recognized me in the park." They could tell it was like, because they saw her and then they asked and stuff, and she was dead cool about it. But I was like, what the fuck? What was the name? Tell me the full name of the person that stopped you, because I'm just like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Because dude, I say shit all the time that's going to piss off someone. Everything I say is going to piss off someone. I mean, I advocate for freedom, and people like Hayden can't stand that at all. And I'm sure a lot of people that watch that like Hayden, they can't stand freedom either. They want the government to make as many decisions for them as possible. And that's going to make people angry when talking against that.
I think to a large extent, it's a weird one.
That was such a fish, wasn't it? Go on.
Well, people aren't even a little bit bothered about what happens unless they don't like it. I mean, the government can make whatever decision it likes whatsoever. And if they're happy with that decision and it's congruent with what they believe, it's like, well, they're not even supporting the government. They're just completely indifferent to it. And they'll go, you know what? Yeah, that's okay. The government have decided now that this could happen. I thought that should have always happened. Therefore, that's fine. It's only when they make a decision that you don't like, it suddenly becomes, oh my God, Stasi state.
I know.
Beginning of the end. Breakdown of civilization.
Dude, honestly, I'm not even at this point. I'm not that fussed. Like, I don't expect the government to have got anything to have got it 100% right in this. If you've ever played
I don't think they have at all.
You ever play like a Sim City type game or one of these resource management style video games? It's constantly bouncing. You're constantly worrying. And, like there's something's going down here and up here, and you're like shit. Like it's impossible to just be perfect and just get it done. And again, the perfect example of that is me and Aidan have been harassing people constantly about this care home thing. And I saw Nick Martin from the Sky News today did a report, a very good report on how people in care homes with COVID are being treated.
Yeah.
So I just tweeted him just before we came on air, actually, like, please, great piece, but could you look into people who haven't got COVID? Because I happen to know someone that's just died, from this fucking thing. And I wasn't a dick about it. So like that for me is a huge criticism of the government, a huge criticism of the NHS. That doesn't mean I don't think the government overall are doing a good job, because I do. I really do. I don't think it's perfect. And the same with the NHS. I am very, very critical of that approach there. But one thing, I don't know full information. I don't know everything that's going on right now. There could be a fucking good reason for them abandoning care homes. Like, not just an incompetent one.
There's a massive amount of information getting bounced around at the moment, which is different. I mean, I brought last couple of nights I've been streaming live, and I've talked about a number of things. And one of them was the £10,000 that the Parliament had decided that MPs need to remote work. And I said it's probably a bit too much. And I got and someone on the feed, someone who's always there on the live feed, had said, well, it sounds about right. What about this? It needs a secure connection. What about all these things that it could have been? And I said, well, you know what? I could kit out 6 members of staff with £500 laptops to do remote working, and it could all be encrypted and everything else, and it could work perfectly fine. And that's nowhere near 10 grand. It's not even close. But bigger picture behind what I'm trying to say, I'm kind of dragging it out a little bit, and apologies for that. Reuters today post a story, isn't even true.
Oh, really? What was it?
Yeah, I've got it right. I read it out on my own feed earlier on. Reuters have posted this notification False claims British MPs award themselves an extra £10,000 in expenses. Multiple Facebook posts suggest UK members of Parliament awarded themselves an extra £10,000 in expenses. The claim's false. In fact, an extra £10,000 has been made available by an independent parliamentary standards authority to MPs' office cost budget. I'm reading this off my phone. That's
no,
the
you're
reason
all right.
I'm
You're
looking
all
in
right.
the corner right now. Because I took a screenshot of it just so that I could do it in the middle of the feed when I was doing my own.
That's what I do, yeah.
Yeah, it's just making sure I got it right. This is from Reuters, so it's going to be right. I mean, there's like probably the most reliable and established news gathering agencies in the world. This is the thing. I brought it up, and the first thing I had to say was, look, apologies if I said this. I shared it on Facebook in good faith because I looked at it and it looked like it was going to be true. Transpires it's not even close. So information that we're getting, I mean, what information are we not being told? What information are we? And the information that we are being told isn't always true. So
I've got you. Whilst you were saying that, I've just brought up one that I saw today. Can you see that?
Yeah.
This is going around. This is very, very popular right now. Some people are saying that this is the prediction for August. Some people are saying that this is the prediction for overall deaths. And they're like, look how badly the UK is doing. But then if you look at this, and this is a Guardian graphic, by the way, source of the institute, blah, 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 blah. They're telling me here that Italy are going to have 20,000 deaths by August or by the end of this, but they're on 18.5 right now. The same goes for Spain and France. Italy, Spain, and France, according to this, are going to have 2,000 deaths, 2,000 more deaths, and that's it. And we're going to have 55,000 deaths. And people are using that graphic right now to shit all over the government without using even the most basic common sense. And I'm even by the Guardian standards, I am disgusted at them publishing that. Because it's like, so you know, this is, I pointed this out on Twitter. The only way for the government to come through and for the French government to limit deaths to 15,000 right now is in the next 2 days, they have a full vaccine, and they somehow administer that vaccine to the entirety of the 65 million population of France. That's the only way in just 2 days. Not only that, in that same 2 days.
In France.
Yeah. And not only that, in that same 2 days, all 3,000 people that are on critical care all leave the hospital. Well, 2,000 of them don't. So 1,000 people on critical care just in 2 days. And I'm like, really, guys? Really? You fake news? But everyone's sharing that. The same way with the ventilators. Oh, we would have had 50,000 ventilators off Europe by now if we'd just played ball, if we'd just replied to an email. And it's like, oh, but this scheme hasn't even started yet, mate. Everyone's peaks are starting to go, and they've not delivered one single ventilator. When are they promising 50,000 for next fucking year? Going on about some company that donated 30. So what? Good. I'm glad a private company donated 30 ventilators. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dude, I've got to ask you, by the way, you are drinking, aren't you? This is the drunk stream. Yeah. Good lad. Right, let's get biscuit vapes up.
I was trying to pour it from a can, like just off camera.
I heard you. You might want to mute it next time you do that. Take the mute button because you opened it right next to the mic. And I went, fuck.
I was.
But yeah, let's get biscuit vapes on. How you doing, mate? You good?
Hello. How's it going?
It's going. It's got. Do you know what?
Which way do we need to rearrange? That way.
There you go. That's perfect. That's perfect. When I started, we started at 11, 5 to 11. I was just sat here like. But I'm halfway through my thing now.
Yeah.
Faces and names I know are popping up.
I would be drinking, but I've got to wait till Monday for my alcohol to come. So I'm on coffee.
Oh, really? Why have you got to wait till Monday?
Because 3-week waiting time for Asda to deliver shopping, and I've got asthma, so I can't go out shopping myself.
I'm so glad that you didn't take a breath to say I've got asthma then, because it was coming. Get off your fucking ass, dickhead. Can you not like knock on your neighbours and go?
Well, I can, but I don't like to. When there's more necessary reasons for people to be helped. I've got food in cupboard. I'd rather them help someone who actually needs the help, not just go out and buy me some beer.
Yeah, my little brother, he might be watching now, actually. He's been getting a little bit hooked on the old trigger warning. He keeps messaging me about things 2 days later. He won't watch live. He goes back to the scene of the crime when it's cold, and just as a little check of what we were all doing. But yeah, he messaged me last night. Apparently, Asda have got like new slots at 10:30 p.m. at night.
Okay. Yeah.
And he messaged me and he said, if you want to, it's not the slot for the next day. It's like the slot for 1 week ahead.
Yeah.
So if you want to, that's when they go live. So there's a mad rush. It's like getting festival tickets.
I mean, I got this slot by waiting till 12 o'clock at night, and the new slots came up. Yeah. And I got a slot, and I've also paid an extra 25 quid, so I can get a recurring slot every week.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, fair enough. But here's the thing. This is what I said to my brother, and this isn't some grand virtue signal, because to be honest, first thing I did was go and tell our sofa. I was like, oh, 10:30, we can get a delivery. And then I came back and I thought about it, and I thought, you know what? As nice as it would be to have me food brought to me and keep my daughter isolated and all that other nonsense, I'd rather someone like you who's got an issue, who doesn't actually want to go out. I just said to my brother, you know what? I'll take one for the team and just walk to the shops. I'll be all right.
I mean, my friend bought me some masks, and I've been, deliberating whether I should just put a mask on and just walk to local Lidl and go get some shopping.
You know what? Even if you're not getting much, if you've got the big one coming, it might be worth just going there just to go out.
Yeah.
I took my little girl out on the bike today. I can probably show you actually. Like I've got like a seat thing. Oh, you can't see; it's too dark. Well, as if I need to show you, I've got a smaller seat that attaches to my bike.
Does it bolt onto the rear rack?
No, it goes in the middle, so she's like in front of me.
All right, I've got one that bolts onto the rear rack, and it's got like a back seat on it.
Oh yeah,
it's like a cushion seat.
Yeah, this is similar, but she's in front of me. I saw someone with one. I was like, mate, I need one of them. And then when I googled it, the thought of having her between my legs. No, the better way to put that is my ass not being in her face the whole ride. Like
that's the funny thing. What? She giggles every time I do a Trump.
Well, she's got it, hasn't it? Gallows humor at that point. But I took her out today, and it was just nice to get a change of scenery and see everyone and not talk to anyone, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you know, just before we went on air, the police set up like a kind of check cordon outside my house here. I live on quite a major road, and they're just stopping people,
making sure that they've got a legitimate reason.
Yeah, and I'm just sat there with my chicken noodle soup.
I wouldn't mind the police doing that. They've been digging up my road. I live on an A road as well. For the last maybe 6 to 8 weeks, they've been repairing the road between 7 o'clock in the evening and 1 o'clock in the morning. And
why so late? I don't understand. Isn't there no traffic?
They've had to close the road, literally. They've had to shut it. And there's plenty of signs saying it's going to be closed between 7 and 1 a.m. And it's only open for like residents on a limited basis, purely because at some point they've got to replace the tarmac that's right outside your house. So it's going to be a point where you can't get in and out.
Yeah, I get you.
But I mean, I haven't complained so much because I can't think of a better time for him to do it. I mean, we can't go out anyway. So it's like it's not been an issue for me in terms of, except for the fact that when it's been really late at night, there's been a massive machine outside chewing up the road.
Yeah, it seems odd that they're not just doing it in the day.
Oh yeah. Very much so.
Who's going to complain now?
I suppose it's best time to do it when roads are clear.
Yeah, I mean it's been the way it's been. I'm not complaining about it too much. It's been just a bit of a talking point for most people who live here,
Yeah.
But it's,
you say that, but you did moan about it last time you were on the stream.
I moaned about it last time I was on the stream because I couldn't get to sleep. That's why.
I just think you're holding on to it, man. You're
maybe I am a little. Not for much longer.
I think COVID-19 is doing Greta Thunberg's work, personally.
Yeah.
Everyone to get the fuck out of the cars.
She's still hurt. Like, she didn't sort of openly outwardly say it, but she's very much like not happy. Like, even though things are the way they are, and it's like nature's returning, she still thinks, no, we need to do more. And it's like, when will you be happy? Exactly.
We've got more
the entire
evidence.
nation down across the world is not enough.
I've been gathering as much evidence as I can gather for everything that I've ever said. And everything that I've ever said regarding environmental impacts of human beings, everything that I've said about arts needing to be funded in education, everything. We've got more evidence for all that now than we've ever had. We can see the bottom of the canal in Italy. We've got NASA images of the planet, the like of which we've never seen. I stood at one point in my garden today, and I could see further than I've been able to see for at least the last 10 years.
Pollution went down to next to nothing in China in a matter of 4 weeks, didn't it?
Yeah. It's just the environmental impact of people has had a greater chunk of evidence to suggest what it really is than it's ever been, ever. And I don't know why anyone's complaining about anything at all. I mean, it's just it goes from anyone who's talking about just cars and carbon, whatever it is. Just have another sip of it.
Yeah, you're all right.
I'm normally pretty good at stringing a sentence together, but this is like the third tin. I had 2 of them on my own feed, so it's not. This isn't the beginning. Trust me. But yeah, and then you've got environmental issues that are talking about like the meat industry. We've still got the same number of cows producing the same amount of methane. You know, and it's like that's not made a difference much. So what's going to happen there? Well, people are going to process that evidence, or we're going to go back to the same arguments that people came up with before.
That's a really, really good point, though, isn't it? Because the pollution has gone instantly down, like almost instantly. But no, they haven't. They didn't just slaughter all the cows on day one. So
they're all still in the field producing the same amount of methane they always produced. And it's an argument that gets bounced around all the time. Cows produce all this methane, and it's really bad for the environment. Yeah? No one said a word.
I mean,
if you change all vehicles to electric, and that could be enough to solve.
The only problem with that is you have to charge an electric car up by essentially plugging it into the nearest local nuclear power station.
We can actually produce enough energy without using fossil fuels in this country. Eventually, you can use solar, wind.
Yeah, we can eventually. That's the argument. The problem
is now, obviously not.
These people want to do it in 5 years, and here's the problem. This is the problem we have. Like, there's the wealth. It's like, oh, fucking electric cars, 50 grand. It's like, yeah, but all cars cost 100 grand.
They've got to get the infrastructure out there to charge your cars so that you're not going to run out of electricity like 100 yards down the road.
It can all be done. It just can't all be done to scale. That's the problem. It's not that it can't be done at all. It all could be. It could have been done maybe even 2 or 3 years ago. It's just that. It couldn't be done.
Maybe 20 years from now, we will all be driving electric cars.
I think we will. I don't see why not. Yeah. Well, 20, 30 years ago, if someone would have told you about this, would they believe you? You're gonna have a window. You're gonna be able to watch. You know, if in the 90s someone told me like, I'm just gonna have a little thing in my hand, I can watch basically any video that's ever existed. I can read any book that's ever existed. I can find out any bit of information. Not only that, I can call and video call anyone. That's straight fucking sci-fi. Yeah. But this is shit that a homeless person can afford now. You know, and
not about this one, but this is basically more powerful than my PC.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that
gigabytes of RAM, that's unnecessary.
That only happens by letting it take its course, though, and letting things like, you know, You can't be moaning at like, you know, I can't afford a Tesla right now. You're damn right I can't. But that doesn't mean I won't be able to in 10 years because but in order to pay for the research and the development and the installation to have the stuff everywhere, and not just that, the spike in electric demand as well. These things built. It takes 10 years to build a nuclear power station, and that's the shit we're going to need ultimately. We'll get there though. Nobody wants a dirty planet. Nobody wants dirty air.
Exactly.
That's the issue. Those things get conflated. When I start moaning about Greta and she's just a watermelon, isn't she? It's like green on the outside rather than the inside. And I start moaning about her. They're like, "What? Why would you want dirty rivers? Why would you want? Oh, do you want people to die from cancer from breathing dirty air? You like kids with cancer, do you?" And it's like, no, of course I fucking don't, dickhead. You just calm the fuck down.
I mean, if the world stopping all at once and ending a lot of pollution ain't going to stop Greta. Nothing is. So she can just go fucking spin on a dime.
And our deaths have gone above average now. I've been not that I've been happy, but you know, the sort of Peter Hitchens of the world have been saying, "Oh, it's below 5-year average." It's just today it's gone whoop straight up. You know, like the graphs were like in line with each other. We were below average, and now we've just gone like that. It's like, oh shit, the numbers are in finally. So there is a reason for it. I'm not glad the deaths have finally gone above average. I'm not glad at all that anyone's died, obviously, but I'm glad that there's we're finally seeing the reason for why we're all living like this.
Yeah,
because it was getting really trying for me. I'm like, why the fuck am I in? Why can I not go see my brother that lives just around the corner? Why am I? Do you know what I mean? Why am I not fucking living my life anymore when nobody's even fucking dying? The hospitals aren't at capacity yet. Blah blah blah. And now that spike has kind of, in a dark sense, sort of reassured me a little bit. You know, I'm like, oh, right, yeah, good. There is something happening, you know? That's a horrible conversation. That's a horrible thing to say, but it's the truth.
It gets me up news where they say, it's good that only 800 people have died. That's a good thing. Like, how can that ever be a good thing?
Well, it's the misuse of statistics at the end of it. It's a bit like saying that Marlboro Lights are better for you than Marlboro Reds. Well, they're not. They're just less bad for you, which isn't the same.
That curve that we're following is it's following Italy's trajectory right now. The UK, according to Sky News' projection.
Well, according to the data, man. We're about 5 days behind him.
Forgive me reading this one out. This is something I posted on the 11th of March on my Facebook page. We need to follow Italy's example here and shut down now. This is the 11th of March, right? So it's exactly a month ago. It's 11th of April today. The coronavirus situation isn't going to get any better without it. There's simply too much human movement everywhere on a more densely populated island. Any economy is dependent on the productivity of the nation, and the productivity of the nation is dependent on the health of the nation. Ergo, any political argument against this idea will be born of misplaced priorities. Economies can recover from absolutely anything, including war, famine, recessions, depressions, political mismanagement, and/or mass environmental catastrophes. Nobody comes back from the dead. In Italy, they've got a population of 60.48 million on a land area of 301,338 square kilometres. In England, not just England, the United Kingdom, it's a 66.44 million population on a land area of 242,494 square kilometres. It's going to happen at some point, better sooner rather than later.
Well, there is that, but you know, when people talk about the economy like that, it sounds like they're talking about stocks and shares and all the rest of it, which ultimately are where a lot of people's retirements and savings are. So stocks do matter, or the market does matter. But the other side to that is food's running out in Italy now. There's gangs forming to go and raid stores to So you know, when you are talking about the economy, you're also talking about the mechanism that means there is food on shelves for you to buy.
At the end of the day,
an important thing.
I'm not suggesting it isn't important. Don't get me wrong, but the economy is fed by productivity of the nation. It's not fed by anything else. I mean, if your economy isn't fed by productivity, what's it fed by?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But the point is, though, lockdown stops that. The longer we're locked down for, the less and less food there's going to be. We're all right now. We're fine. You know, there's flour and eggs that aren't in or whatever. But generally, we're all right. But it will run out. And at that point,
such key workers still, and they're still working.
They are, yeah, but there's only so much. Like it's like, you know, the guy that drives the truck, and I see him going past all night to deliver the food. He doesn't live in a bubble, you know. Like everything about him is connected to other people. Do you know what I mean? If his fridge breaks and the guy that fixes that can't come, everything's connected. You know, like his wife, who's a nurse, might be getting sick. You know, and it's not the economy is just another way of saying the way we're all together. You know, and eventually less and less of those trucks will come. Eventually, less and less workers will come because people can't afford to. They can't afford to live anymore, you know. And
the economy is essentially the efficient management of productivity within a nation. That's what the economy is. Now, it's not for a minute to suggest that it isn't unimportant. I mean, what I suggested was we needed to lock down then so that we minimise the impact on the economy. It wasn't so much to do with.
But the issue is, and I get that, and there's a reasonable argument. The issue is though that you're still going to get a peak. You know, that was my argument against schools closing as soon as they were, because once they're closed till September, and it's that thing of like, well, you can do March, you can do April. But my girl's crying every day over this, you know, and we're at the beginning of April. Yeah. We're at the beginning of April. By June, I'm going to be ready to fucking riot if I can't take her to see her friends anymore. You know, like and the thing is, these things, so much of this is about population control. It's about managing riots, managing the rage. It's already happening. You know, with the police being, and again, I wouldn't even look down on the police for the way they're acting right now. That normally when a law comes in, it takes years. It takes, you know, it takes months and months, and they get trained properly and they get to ask questions. Should I do this? So when I see stuff of like someone in Wivenshaw being shouted at for sitting in their own front garden, I'm like, that's wrong, but I'm not going to blame the entirety of the police for that. I'm gonna blame. I'm a human being. I'd make similar mistakes if I was doing that job. I've never done a job where I haven't made mistakes, you know. And the police are exactly the same, man. But I think they can only the longer this lockdown goes on, the more people are going to hate the police. The more they're going to fight against this shit. The more they're going to be like, there's something that was reasonable now. In a month from now, you're going to be like, get the fuck out my way. I'm going to sit. You'll sit in the park and you'll fucking sit there. And go what, you know, and these things build, man. That's my worry with lockdown anyway.
Was that video of that guy ripping the policeman's face mask off in Italy or Spain or something?
Oh, I don't know, but that stuff's out of order.
I know, it's proper. They were wrestling him to the floor because he refused to get off his motorbike, and they ripped his face mask off. And Copper just turned round and basically just isolated himself from everyone.
Did you see in America, you know, a week ago, Americans were all laughing at face masks.
Yeah.
And now did you see that guy getting pulled off a bus for not wearing one? You imagine being him. He don't watch the news every day. He's just getting the bus to work like he usually does. It's like, fuck you, man. I'm a sovereign citizen. I worry, though. Riots are coming. Riots, they're already happening in China. They're happening all these places that it got hit first. And again, it brings me back to Sim City and these sort of resource management video games. You know, it's that sort of the public mood is a huge one. It can't be ignored. It's massive. That's why when they do these conferences, the government, they can't tell the truth. They can't, because if they was,
I'm pretty certain they weren't telling the truth about Boris Johnson. He was worse off than they said he was.
Oh! I thought you were going to say he wasn't ill at all. I was going to be like,
no. I think he was worse than they said he was.
There was like 40 people there. If they were faking that, I would be amazed. Because you know there's a Labour vote.
I believe he was ill, but I think he was worse than they said he was, just to put the country at ease.
Yeah, I think this is. I think that, and I said this as soon as I heard about it. I think that is going to do well for Boris Johnson and for the government and for the country in the long run, because there's. I mean, it's funny. It's so pathetic on Twitter. 2 days ago, literally 2 days ago, everyone was like, "Oh, I'm not a Tory," was trending or something. You know, I'm not a Tory, but let's remember this is a dad and a human being and blah blah blah. People showing the sympathies. Today, when he started getting a bit better and they got him out the ICU, it all came out then. Fucking wishing him dead and everything. Now he's coming on the other end of it. That the mask slips in terms of being a decent person. Not that I'm saying that about all MPs, because most MPs and politicians were saying this is a good thing, and it is. But I think outside of the Twitter weirdos that just hate everything and everyone, I think that him surviving it and him going through the NHS, when he does stand there to do his thing, because I've not been watching him since he's gone. I don't give a fuck. pretty whatever. No, I don't care, man. I'm just half asleep.
I think politically it should have been in the Nightingale Hospital though, not the
possibly, yeah. But either way, he's gonna stand there and he's gonna talk, and the ratings are gonna go through the roof. People are gonna listen, and there's gonna be that feeling, whether it's true or not. It does. That's a separate thing altogether.
Yeah.
But in terms of the public feeling, people are gonna be like, we're with Boris on this.
Yeah.
He's just been through it himself.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that sort of when he says there's 2 weeks left until we've loosened the things, I hope, actually, it's probably more hope than anything, that people are a little bit more like, no problem, Boris, we're going to get through this. I really hope that, because my biggest worry is riots right now. It's this crime and riots coming up, which are on the horizon. And so I think it's a good thing. Not that I'm happy he got sick, but it is a good thing. It will be anyway. In my humble,
according to Sky News, only 1% of the population are not happy with the way the government's handling it, and 56% are completely on board.
Yeah. It's the election all over again. You open up Twitter, and Boris the Butcher is literally trending every other day. Literally, and people are like sharing this fake news, like that one I just showed. You know, that one, they're sharing stuff like this and going, he needs to quit now, blah 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 blah. And it's like, but apart from the fact that's fake news, that is fake news. That they don't realize they're so disconnected from the world. I only go on Twitter to find out what those people are thinking. I don't go on it because I enjoy it. I go on it because I have to sit here. I don't have to sit here and talk for hours. I like to. But I like to have some idea what I'm fucking on about.
I mean, a lot of misinformation comes out on Twitter. Like, biggest one I found with my mate over at Road, she believed that McDonald's was funding the IRA. And what actually transpired was that it was independent revenue allowance for retirement allowance, which was allocated to people.
Oh, right.
1% of people's income was going to the IRA.
That's amazing.
That was back when there was still an organisation called NORAID.
That's right, yeah.
And like various a penny in every pound went to NORAID based on what people at the time, especially in the United States, understood NORAID to mean. They didn't associate it with terrorism at all. They were funding what they thought was NORAID because they believed that they had a lot of Irish heritage, and that's the origins of a lot of that kind of thing. I mean, when it transpired to be something a whole lot darker, it took a bit of a turn, to be honest. But yeah, you're right. It was an odd one. But it's back from the NORAID days when the literally Northern Ireland aid,
it's funny,
which is an interesting.
It's funny you say in terms of corporate sponsorship, because we were talking about this the other day, and like that a lot of hospitals have got those McDonald's funded places next door. Do you know about these? And it's primarily for parents of people at kids' hospitals. So if your kid's in, it's like you still have to pay, but it's subsidized by people dropping money in the things at McDonald's, and so it's a weird thing. Like next to a lot of kids' hospitals, there's a big McDonald's building, and some people get really funny about that. But I really honestly think like the NHS is not sustainable the way we run it. The only way we do it is by stealing. We steal drugs from other countries, primarily America. They research it, and we wait 10 years, and then we just rob it, make a generic version. That's not only immoral, it's not sustainable, and it means there's some things we don't get from America.
Manufacture our own stuff and do.
Yeah, we do, but they own the thing to it. But anyway, that's another thing. The other thing is we have to go to countries all over the world and get cheap labor, and it just doesn't run. No. It's not sustainable the way we run it. And we tell ourselves, and it doesn't matter. Double the budget tomorrow, it still wouldn't work. The model doesn't work.
We mentioned it. I mean,
yeah.
Apologies, Biscuit, for this one. This is a conversation that was had actually live when I was in the studio one time, maybe about 18 months, 2 years ago.
Yeah,
it
was a good one.
Talking about the NHS, how when I was actually in there, which feels bizarre now. The idea we were actually in the same room feels wrong. You know, we were talking about the NHS and how it was like founded in 1947, and how they're still using buildings from 1947, and how many we still had the death penalty up to the 1960s. You know what I mean? We had at least 15 years of the NHS whilst people could still be killed by the government within the penal system. This is the thing about this is how old the NHS is, and to suggest that it doesn't need to change for one reason or another. I mean, you can sometimes put it in perspective by considering those kind of statistics. I mean, if you consider that you could still be hung in the United Kingdom up until whatever it was, maybe 1963, something like that. NHS started out in 1947, right? So
here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that I would change straight away, and I know I've got into arguments with Aidan about this, and it's let corporations sponsor wards, man. Let me go on Ward 47 and it say, you know, you could be tasteful about it. You have, you know, proudly sponsored by whoever, Boots. I don't know. I don't care. But if Boots are giving that ward 50 grand a year, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Well, there is a hospital in the Midlands that Robert Plant puts a lot of money into.
Yeah, loads of people donate. As soon as this kicked off, companies were queuing up to feed NHS staff. They were queuing up to donate stuff. And I do honestly believe that they're human beings just like we are. So they were doing it because they give a shit, but they were also doing it because they want to look good. You know, and I think there's a whole thing right now with companies, big and small, want to look good. And it really frustrates me that we've got this weird attitude in this country where, don't get me wrong, at the MRI, there is a big wall as you go into the kids' hospital that says all the donors, but it tends to be individuals. And it's, as far as I'm concerned, let companies pay for it. Now, if you think that just because McDonald's have funded a couple of wards on the kids' hospital, that the CEO of McDonald's is going to get special treatment, I've got news for you. The CEO of McDonald's is never going into an NHS hospital. They are never, ever going to use them. And you know what? If on the off chance that the CEO of the hospital does do it and there's a little bit of nepotism there, I don't really give a fuck if they've spent 20 million to keep a ward running for 10 years. Do you know what I mean? If they've done all that and then they get looked after, which would have happened anyway, I'd rather use them. I'd rather fucking use them. Why not? We have football players have got logos, names on the shirts, and you just live with it. You don't sit there going, oh, what are they doing? Why have they got that role? I was going to say why City got brother on him, but that was a long time ago, wasn't it, mate? But you know what I mean? But you never. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying that you never have conversations about money in football, but you don't wet yourself over what's written on the chest and all those logos behind them when they do the interviews. You don't even think about it, you know? And for me, let's just fucking do it. Just get it in. If you did it right, you could double the NHS budget overnight. And not only that, you're getting them in then. They've got a responsibility. And they'd rather do that. They'd be queuing up to do it if they were allowed to. Of course,
just like advertising.
Yeah, advertising.
Advertising. No ownership of the NHS. Just a little bit of money to put a couple of posters up and whatnot.
Why would McDonald's want to own a ward? They wouldn't want the responsibility of it. They just
put the name on it. Want loads of money, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, man. The MRI down here, there's a Subway and something else. I can't remember the other one in there. But they're in there. But obviously, if you get a drink, they've got special drinks there. It's not your normal fountain drinks. Yeah. So if you get a Coke, it's got no sugar in it. It's got they do their own kind of hospital Coke, you know, and the meals are adjusted slightly as well. They're not going to put salt on it for you because they want to be there. They want you in hospital seeing Subway. They fucking want it. They want to make the money. And I tell you now, Subway would be more than happy to have a shop in there and the name, and you could be tasteful. I'm not talking about a big fucking neon thing and like, you know, you just be nice about it. Pregnancy wards would make a fucking fortune. And it wouldn't be profit. It would pay for the services. Not that we need that. The one thing we do fund in this country is it antenatal or whatever it is. Pregnant women. We fund that very, very well. It's the other stuff we don't fund, and we don't record the deaths properly. So yeah, that's the one. Cancer. Fucking cancer. Let's actually fund cancer treatment in this country, which currently is non-existent. It's a fucking placebo.
It's not good.
Local vape companies could spend a little bit of money on advertising for cancer wards. They've got a couple of vape shops in Birmingham, I believe, in the hospitals.
Right. Well, they could even do it in the sense that because the NHS went on record, they officially said if you were a smoker, they had that caveat. If you smoke, we do recommend vaping. Yeah. So, they've already put their name to vaping, and then they say, and not only that, we're working with whatever company, Cool Fire. We're working with Innokin. It's Innokin, isn't it? They've donated this much a year to whatever. And who cares? I'm not saying reduce taxes. I'm not saying reduce funding either. I'm saying get funding to levels where it does, because you talk about how much healthcare costs in America. Yeah, because they pay what it costs. We don't. We rape the world for their resources to fund and keep our healthcare going. Just and even then, it doesn't work.
What they're getting already, just supplement it with advertising and things like that.
Why not? Why the hell not? Like, what are you going to care if you're on a ward and it's just got like Morrison's written on it? You're not going to give a fuck.
I'd rather see that than all doom and gloom that's all posted about all the place.
I'd rather see that and a smiling nurse on pay rise, because that's the other thing. They could virtue signal like fuck with it. They could be like, yeah, we're gonna do this as long as they get a pay rise. That's what we're paying for. Yeah. And then the nurse would come in, having sold out. The same way that that whenever someone sends us a large donation, we spend the next few weeks going, I love him. I've always liked him. The nurse will be like coming in and saying, yeah, Morrison's paid for my pay rise. It's fucking amazing. I can finally buy a house. And who loses? Ultimately. I don't know.
They could even pay for students' education and whatnot as well.
Yeah, everything, and it's all virtue signaling, which is what they want to do. None of them are woke, but all their advertising is woke. And it's like, hey guys, do you want to be really fucking woke? Really, really woke with government approval? Of course you fucking do. But people aren't willing to. People get funny about the NHS, because I remember chatting to Hayden about this, and it's probably not what he thought later on when he thought about it, but his instant reaction was that, so they get special treatment, do they? And it's like, well, no, that's not going to happen, is it? The guy that runs McDonald's isn't going to the fucking NHS, you dickhead. It's like, footballers don't use the NHS. Oh, imagine that. Fucking football money. Proudly, this ward was proudly brought to you by Manchester City. Oh, they'd love that. The shakes and all that.
I mean, they could even build new hospitals with that kind of cash coming in as well.
Yeah, of course. Have you seen adverts get more spent on them per minute than movies, actual movies? Adverts are the most expensive media, visual media on the planet. They will pump the money in, and they do the same. They pump the money in just to have a shitty camera phone footage of nurses saying "Thank you, Boots." Fucking Boots. Imagine what you could rake in from Boots. Oh,
I would have thought Boots would be in there anyway, being a pharmaceutical company.
I don't know. I've never seen a Boots at a hospital. I've seen them nearby.
I think I've seen like big posters saying "Get your flu jabs at Boots" or whatever.
so they already get they're already linked with the NHS, aren't they? Because I know there was this American girl I was seeing. We had to get the morning after pill. We ended up going to Boots, and it was we went upstairs in the lift, and there was a doctor waiting.
Yeah.
We've got someone joining, but there's no camera there. I'm just going to go on the chat a sec.
I was going to mention the pharmacy thing because in the end, it's an odd one because to be a pharmacist, it's whatever for a 4-year degree.
Yeah,
but they end up essentially becoming a glorified shopkeeper.
Oh, not for me, mate. No, I've shown him my skin. I've been like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, they sorted that out for you.
Oh yeah. They got rid of it. Cleared it all.
That's good for you then.
Even down there.
Qualified pharmacists have to measure and mix and
totally.
What's it called? Kids not ibuprofen, antibiotics in the banana stuff. Yeah. They make that up in the bottle, so the pharmacist has to do that. So they're doing a bit of chemistry and whatnot.
Oh yeah. The point I was going to make was I was wondering whether or not they should or shouldn't be doing a bit more than the things. It was very much supportive. It wasn't me thinking that it was a bad thing. It was more pharmacists should probably be trusted with doing more stuff than they are.
Guys, I'm going to bring someone new in. 1 second. We've got Mike. He's not got a thing though. Is there any way I can? Oh, there we go.
Stay at the
Thanks, mate. We are on YouTube and Facebook. There you go. I was just messaging him on the private chat. I don't know if he goes, have you got a webcam, mate? Have you got a webcam? He's like, no, I don't have a webcam. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, that's one to keep your eye on for keeping hold of the entire channel.
Yeah, because I'm sure he'll use that name again, won't he?
No, I just meant in terms of the feed when it gets saved.
Oh yeah. I tell you what though, no one's getting on with that webcam now. Not that it'll make a fucking difference, will it? But at least I'll know who you are, you bastard. Please, mate. No, you won't. No. Great piece with understandable. Oh, that's my own tweet. Someone liked my tweet. I'm just reading it.
Does it not give you a preview of what they're showing on the web?
Yeah, the preview was blank. That's why you'll see on the private chat there. You've got, just so anyone knows, we've got like a backstage area. So I was like, "Have you got a webcam?" Right. Going off what you guys are feeling right now. When do you think this is going to end? When do you feel or hope this is going to end? And how are you feeling about the next few weeks?
I hope it ends in the next 3 weeks, but I feel it's not going to end until after August.
And ending meaning what though? Ending meaning like
ending meaning that they start lifting restrictions. They're going to let people go back to work. There's still going to be the social distancing thing in August, I reckon, but people will be able to go out exercising. You'll be able to go out and mingle. You'll be able to go see your friends, but I think you'll still have to do the 2 meter social distancing in August, I reckon.
I would like it if. If it was still socially acceptable, if you got symptoms, you were just off work instantly without any, and that's going into next year. Yeah. And I'd really, really like it. I know some companies have done this, but obviously not every company. Some companies have straight away for every single employee, they've put away sort of 2 weeks holiday. 2 weeks holiday that's not part of their entitlement. It's not classed as sick. It's just like, you get it and you're gone. You're out the door. See you later. They're not being talked about for good reasons. The news isn't going to harp on about them. I'd really like that for it to be a common thing until sort of like this time next year, really. Yeah. As it should be all the time. But obviously, people do shift work. People do 0 hours. So there needs to be. It's going to be a one-time deal, isn't it? But a really easy thing. Even though it'll be so easy that basically everyone will abuse it. Once word get round, you'll be like, mate, you can just phone this fucking number and they're going to send you a grand. And all you have to do is take 2 weeks off. That's all you have to do. They pay you. Work pays you. They pay you. And you know what? People will scam it, but so what? Yeah. So what? It doesn't matter. Those same people will then get sick and be fucked. They'll lose the job. And good
so long we get it once.
Hopefully. Some people in Korea have just been retested. I think 91 people. This is really grim. In fact, this is the bad thing on the horizon. And the same way, you know, early February, I was harping on about this. This is going to happen. And it's not solid yet, so I've not gone hardcore into it. But there's more and more tests that are coming up. The people have had it, they've got better, then they've retested. Which, if that's the case, this is a whole new thing. But
that means that a vaccine might not even work either, will it?
Say again.
If you can get it again, then a vaccine won't work.
All the vaccine research at the moment is based on the current strain.
Yeah,
that's what you've got. And I agree with you 100%. I think it's going to be
so much that this vaccine would be ready at the end of this year, which is what they were saying. At the earliest, they can get it in end of this year, beginning of January, and that would be the ideal situation.
It's going to be a difficult one because the effects of the drug trials that are going on at the moment, they're not actually looking at the actual drugs themselves. They're looking at the effects of it and what it is that's within the drugs that's making the difference.
Yeah.
So that's I mean, which isn't anything to do with the vaccine. A vaccine's engineered by actually injecting you with the virus itself. It's a whole different.
But there are other vaccines that are just like a cocktail of drugs that'll stay in your system for like up to a year.
Yeah. But that's not technically a vaccine.
No,
that's
an antiviral drug, isn't it?
Yeah, it is an antiviral. Yeah, it's an antiviral. And I agree with you. I think it's probably going to be August. Yeah. But, I mean, I'm following probably what the government have anticipated. I mean, the likelihood that the government's anticipated when it's going to end can be found within the coronavirus bill itself. If you read that, I mean, Hayden brought that up because it really. It's on the yeah, it is. It's readable. It's actually I brought it up on my own feed yesterday, and there's a few things on it that are actually quite sinister if you look into them in terms of what they've empowered themselves to be able to do. But at the end of the day, it's how you interpret it, and it's how that's enforced. There's a lot of quite sinister laws that are already in place that's actually kind of quite dark if you think about it and look at it. And it actually works as a complete contradiction to some other laws which afford us various freedoms.
Yeah,
it's as if they've temporarily suspended that. I mean, what about your right to legally and peacefully protest?
Yeah.
While we're having the police empowered to enforce the advice that's been given, which isn't actually legal. So how do we protest, which is a legal entitlement we have as citizens of the nation?
But you don't want to be protesting and then aggravating the situation.
Oh no, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I'm not going out. I'm not leaving my house. I'm going to the supermarket as and when I need to go. I'm not doing anything that's outside any of the suggestions. I'm not doing anything daft at all. Because at the end of the day, I think it's important and it's necessary. But at the same,
I think we need to ramp up nanotech. To nanotech that can just grab any virus and destroy it. You can
that's not what they're using the nanotech for, though. That's the 2020 thing that Bill Gates has been doing. Have you read about that? Well, they want to put a chip under your skin that's got your entire vaccination.
I'm all up for it. I'd even have implants in my brain so I can converse with the internet.
If they're ever going to do that, they should only ever have maybe two things on a chip. If everyone's going to be chipped, they're going to do that. They should only have either your date of birth and your blood group on it. So that if you ever had to have an emergency treatment, they know how old you are, and if they need to give you a transfusion, they know how to do the transfusion so that you'd survive. I mean, the idea that it's got anything else on it whatsoever is just that is proper Orwellian psychotic stuff.
Maybe a number so they can identify, like on a government system, identify who you are. Like so you can have it as a passport or whatever instead of having a book.
Yeah, but the problem with things like that is that those kind of systems and those kind of initiatives are open to abuse by human beings who have access to the database.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
Suppose,
That's there. If you only had on a chip your date of birth and your blood group, that would make a whole load of medical sense.
I mean, the idea of having money installed in these chips is a complete no-no.
Oh, by a long way.
Yeah. I'd rather have all cash available in my hand at all times.
I'm just picking up on a comment, Bucks Corps. Your name you can change. I don't think you should even have your name on it. What your name is totally irrelevant. Your date of birth is important. Your political leading can change as well, so that's going to change.
Well,
and
your
Twitter history, maybe.
I've got an interesting one here.
Everything you've ever posted on Twitter's on a chip under your skin.
Smoke Steve here has said, "How about don't protest?" And you know what? Usually, mate, I agree with you. But here's the thing: in a month, think of how it is right now. Think of a month from now, the amount of people who will have had the virus. They just will have had it, or at least they will have felt really shit and got ill and got better again, and they just need to fucking get out. At that point, we're gonna have real protests, the likes of which the Western world has not seen for a generation. All this standing outside with fucking signs and going like, "Drumpf is genocidal." That's not fucking protest. What we'll get is real protest, the actual true meaning of it. People are saying, "I want to fucking live my life."
Well, this is the thing about. I mean, sorry to interrupt you, Graham.
No, go.
I mean, the thing about that. I mean, if you want, I know, Smoke Steve. We've all been on air at the same time. We've all had a drink and everything else. But the suggestion, "How about don't protest," is not the question you want to be asking. The question you want to be asking is whether or not you still have retained your right to protest. It is not to do with whether or not you've got anything to protest about. And it's exactly the same when it comes to the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. When it comes to the Second Amendment, it is nothing whatsoever to do with having a firearm. It is to do with your entitlement to have a firearm or to bear arms, right?
Yeah, they're on about actual bear arms, not to bear arms.
Here we go!
I tell you, did you see that? I didn't share it actually. I think it was something called Red State or something. But you know, like the what Americans call liberals have all suddenly discovered the Second Amendment. And have you seen the mass queues for gun stores in cities? Lefty people, they're all like, "No, I want a fucking gun now." Now it's all kicking off.
But on showing the arms.
I'm going to shoot a virus
on YouTube.
Well, it's not shooting a virus though. They're seeing all the stores being locked up. They're seeing there's already been low level rioting and stuff. But they want to be personally protected, and I understand that. I respect it. When all the police are off sick, here's the thing: we in the UK we're not announcing these things the way they are doing in America. But in America, they've gone on record to say we're not going to arrest people for certain crimes. Like the police, councils, mayors are just saying we're not going to make any arrests for that, because in America, usually it has to be a little bit more open in that respect. It might be policy here, but we don't say it. So people are like, "I want a fucking gun," but apparently gun shops have been crazy because all the whole narrative about like, "Oh well, anyone can just go buy a gun." It's been falling apart because they've been turning up with the attitude of like, "Well, anyone could just buy a gun," and they're like, "No, it's a 30-day waiting period, or we need ID ammunition." What's that?
Can you show guns on YouTube?
Well, yeah, you can show guns on YouTube. Of course you can. Oh, there you go. But
it's just an airsoft.
Oh, mate, I've got an airsoft M4.
I've got one as well.
Is that a Colt 1911?
Yeah,
replica?
1911.
Yeah,
wait,
I recognise it.
CO2.
I
was going to say, has it got the second actual safety within the hand grip though?
Yeah,
at the back?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a proper one. That's good. Yeah,
It was
most people don't even know that exists.
120 quid it cost.
Yeah, man.
Have you not seen what some people in the States put on YouTube? Yes, you can show guns. People are modifying them. Okay. Right. I'm not convinced. Right. I know this is all virtual, but I was feeling less and less safe the more this is going out.
Oh, I know that noise. Oh, he's a good lad. Oh, I love it. See that as well? That's my map of Sennybridge. Do you know Sennybridge? Wales. Each one of them is a massive building. Each one of those squares.
Pop that back in its box.
But yeah, with my M4, I cleared a whole fucking house on my own, out in the open. I just fucking stood there, and because in the time it took them to go from cover to turn around in the window to try and get me, in the time it took them to turn, I'm just because I'm there ready. I'm just aiming, shoot. I cleared a whole fucking squad out of a building. And here's the thing, they expected me to clear the building, but I didn't. I ran round the back of it, ran down the hill. They were all there, curled up. I stood behind them and just fucking laid the lot of them. Oh, it was so much fun.
Just check out all the comments from everyone from the States. What are you doing playing with these toys?
Toys. We're allowed. It's good fun. Airsoft is great.
I've got one of them triangular square target things in the back garden that I shoot at.
Yeah, you do realise that if you're caught even with a firearm in this country, it's 5 years minimum.
Yeah, these are
totally legal.
No, I mean just the people just responded to some of the comments that are coming out about it.
Mine is completely legal because it's got a blue colouring on it.
Yeah, they've just introduced that rule, haven't they, where you have to have a coloured part of it? Yeah. It's dead annoying that.
You've got to pay an extra 10 quid for privilege, you know?
Yeah,
really?
It's fantastic, right up to the point where they actually start putting blue bits on the top of an actual Colt 1911.
Yeah, well, that happened in America, didn't it? Where they were painting end at gun orange because they have to have an orange tip in America.
Well, that's a standard blank firing adapter for training in the UK military. I mean, it's a bit
going on here.
So, Greg, basically, it's like it fires like ball bearings, right? So what happens is that the battery part goes in there, and then
this is all metal, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's a tin of San Miguel. Just pull a ring pull and then pour it into a glass.
So what would usually be the actual mechanism of the gun? There is a little, see that silver bit there, and that.
Yeah, the hop up.
So then you literally load a magazine like normal. I've got
a 300 round and 150 round magazine for mine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because it's little ball bearing things. It's not like 12. You're like, I've got fucking 200. I have them like gaffer taped. So, yeah, I'm one of them dickheads. So when it runs out, I'd pull it out, flip it round, and just put the other in. Two of them gaffer taped together.
I'm just checking out the comments. Just original Doc. He's left on his own to do the feed, and he's showcasing guns and balls.
But yeah, it's BB guns, but like really the real weirdos, like we hire actual like army training bases, where the army trains. So when they're not there, we go in with our BB guns and we use it's fucking great. And people build.
When I get a bit thinner and get rid of my back problem, I'm going to go to Borcher paintball fields with my pistol and rifle.
Oh, dude, I went to a paintball match not long ago, and I was just like feared so badly because I've been doing airsoft. People were fucking literally running from me. It was just snarky.
I do have actually one more, 1 minute.
Go on. So Greg's asking what we do with those toys. It's just war games, man.
I don't know, mate. I just string. Just that. It's for people who don't play a musical instrument. That's what that's for.
Well,
we're not playing guitar.
It's literally just training. So you tend to do it like full weight, so that they are full weight, and you full gear. People wear weights on the back, so it simulates it, and it literally just simulates. It's a simulation. So it's like the greatest game of paintball you've ever had.
I'm not sure. I mean, Cappy Dogs just said as long as you're licensed, you can have them.
They're not illegal. They're not like
I was just worried about the idea that Happy Dog knew that.
Oh, do you mean real guns? Yeah, you can have real guns.
You can if you've got a firearms license, and you can have a rifle, and you can have certain things, but it's got to be within 200 meters of the Queen's Highway, and you need to show the police the storage facility that you have for them, and you have to keep it. I mean, it's a whole different ballpark from it what it's like anywhere else. Well, apart from Japan, which I think it's the only country in the world that've got tougher gun laws than we have. Unless anyone knows anything that I don't know.
That's it, cup of tea. That's exactly what we do.
Exactly it. You know, I did one once up in Liverpool, and I literally ran down this hill, and I went too fast, so I put my hand out, and my hand went on this tree, and like I got a bit of a splinter, but it cut me, and it was bleeding, and I was like, medic! Do that. You're supposed to do that if you get shot and people drag you out, and you know, like there's different rules for different games because usually there's a designated medic. So if you get shot, you go down, and they put like a white band on you, and that's to signify that you've been treated. So it's almost like you get one life, but you don't just get. It's not like a video game where you get one life and you just get up again. They have to physically grab you. So if someone's trying to grab you and they get shot, you're gone. They're gone as well. But yes, I cut my little hand and I got the medic over. He was like, "What is it?" And I was like, "I'm bleeding." And he gave me some kitchen roll. And I was like, "Thank you." It really hurts.
I want one of them grenades as well.
Oh, dude, I know a guy makes his own grenades, you know.
Really?
He's like, he puts in just enough, and he's like, at this point, it's an airsoft grenade, and he's like, just one more, it's a real grenade. Nah, not today. That's the thing when you go to the proper games. That's when you, my mate's got an Uzi, and you literally, you know, the wheel that changes the speed on it.
Yeah.
He's done something interesting to his, and it's literally like the wheel. He's like, if I turn it there, it's an airsoft gun. There, it's a legal firearm because you know the speed of it, and it is literally you shoot it, and it goes
muzzle velocity. Yeah.
It goes straight through a Coke can. But I mean, not like straight through, like you know, like this thing. Like I mean, like it's just not even there, like both sides, and it's the fucking Uzi.
This is Smoke Steve's posted a comment, and it's brilliant. It illustrates a whole load of things that I've always said about the state. I mean, I love the United States. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to buy. In Vermont, all you need to buy an AR or any firearm is a Vermont state driver license. So they give you training and a test to drive a car, but they don't check whether or not you can shoot in a straight line. Right.
Well, I'm pretty sure all guns shoot in a straight line. It's whether the idiot who's holding it pointing in the right direction.
Well, the trajectories of ordnance doesn't go in a straight line anyway. If you fire anything, it goes in an arc. But the idea that they test you to drive and they give you a test, and then they give you a driving license so that you could go on the road. But then you can then use that driving license to go into a shop and buy a firearm. And you don't need anything at all in the way of training to use the firearm. It's insane.
It is, but it's not. The thing is, it's in America. It tends to be culturally enforced, you know, rather than legally enforced. Like right now, we've got a load of like idiots that are doing exactly what you're saying, going in. They're pointing. I mean, yeah, they're empty guns, but they're pointing the barrels at the keepers, and they're looking down them and shit like that. And it's like, and the people selling the guns and working in the shops, like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Because what they're used to, and this is what happens in America, the culture of gun owners are people who haven't necessarily got a license specifically, but they've done that training. They do go to ranges. They have growing up. And I think and it's a weird balance to get, isn't it? Because there has to be a point where you know, it's a weird conversation to have. How much do you trust cultural pressure rather than legal pressure? You know, and I think
that's a brilliant conversation to have. That's a superb conversation because it's the foundation of the very project that is trigger warning, I guess. I mean, that's the foundation of every single conversation that ever takes place on this entire project.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, because I'm a big believer in social pressure. I'm a big believer in the cultural pressure of it. I think maybe just needing a driver's license is a little bit too loose. But then again, I've never been there. For all I know, everyone there, it's like the equivalent might be like telling me about buying a Greggs, and I'm like, I fucking know what I'm doing, mate. buying fucking Greggs. What are you talking about? You know, why would I need the government to start providing guidelines of me? I can find one, I can do it with my eyes closed, no problems, because I'm born and bred into that shit. It's like putting too much gravy on my chips. I'm a Mancunian, it happens. But so for there, if you take that in isolation, like all you need is a driver's license, some idiots that can't shoot might do it, but then those same idiots will be in the news, you know, because
the interesting things. I mean, I respect and appreciate the fact the United States is a whole different landscape than it is here. I mean, we don't worry about ever getting shot at all unless you get to where you live. I mean, that's a whole different problem. But generally, it's a different landscape, and in as much as it's a different landscape and a different culture, what you've got is, I mean, I've never been frightened of anyone getting shooting me in the United States, but then again, it's civilization, it's self-regulation of a nation, and the value they put on different things in different places, I suppose. And I'm following I mean, I know there's a load of people from across the pond in the comments. I'm just reading them all.
Here's the thing. It used to be very, very common to have guns in schools. You know, they'd have lectures on guns. People would bring guns in. People would have their guns with them. You know, I mean, I'm talking 60, 70, 80 years ago. This wasn't like the 90s or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, to now be talking about, you know, the way the conversations around school shootings and this sort of like there's, you know, no gun zone and everything. It's like, well, that can't be the head or tail of it, because they used to
the only thing that yes, it did, but at the same time, I can't. I mean, I know there's a lot of people from the United States posting comments here. I'm sure they'll probably all agree with me when I say this, right? Almost all of you know someone who's got a gun who you wish hadn't got one. All of you will go, oh yeah, actually, there's a guy I know who's got a gun, and if I see him and I think he's ever gonna like load it near me, I'm going to kind of go, I don't really want to be here. And that's the thing that, for me, would turn the whole argument on its head.
What's really better, though, having people have no guns or educating people about guns? It's
always the education every time. I had this conversation the other day about a guy trying to sell a transparent lock and show people how to pick it.
I've got some.
Have you been shown how to pick it?
I've picked them, but they're very easy. Those plastic ones are so easy to actually open. They're not like a real lock.
Right? Yeah, but the thing with it is, I mean, I was arguing for the education angle on it all the way. Yeah. If you're doing A-level chemistry in this country and you don't know how to make a fertilizer bomb, frankly, you should fail it.
Really?
Yeah. For a simple,
where did that come from?
No, I'll tell you what.
Going on about making bombs.
That's an argument. I'll tell you exactly where it's from.
Just to be clear, this is Airsoft. Yeah. I'm not associated with it.
So far on the stream today, we've been talking about guns, we've been showing some porn, and now we're talking about making bombs.
Pretty much, yeah. Welcome, and I hope you feel at home.
Mate, I always feel at home at trigger warning.
Oh, good. No, the point I'm making isn't anything to do with making weapons or anything like that. The point I'm making is, well, let me put it a bit clearer. I'm being massively pro-education here, right? Yeah. Now, at the end of the day, if you're doing A-level chemistry and you don't know what potassium nitrate does and you can't make a fertilizer bomb, frankly, you should fail A-level chemistry. That's not for a minute to suggest you should make a fertilizer bomb. It's just to say, what do we do? Do we stop teaching people what this stuff is and what it does and how it works? No. In which case, we've suddenly got another problem called an uneducated nation. Or do we say, right, here's what potassium nitrate does. Here is a fertilizer bomb. Never make one. It's a terrible thing. And certain people who have this knowledge have done that. Don't be one of those people. I mean, I'd far rather people have that kind of education.
I think in chemistry specifically, people should be taught how to separate chemical A from chemical B and C. That's the kind of chemistry that people should be doing, not mixing stuff to make something that could go boom. But on your note, I do believe that people should have the knowledge that would be capable of doing that kind of thing without teaching them that.
Yeah.
Your Alex looks very comfortable right now. Do you always watch from bed?
No. Well, I started early, mate.
I was going to say.
I didn't realise I was
My face is always this fucking red, don't worry.
I've never had a bottle of scotch ever slip out of my hand like that. That's got to be the second one.
No, but I have had a couple of glasses of wine as well.
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh
still...
man, never mix the grape and the grain. That's liquid lobotomy stuff.
I once had a bottle of whiskey and a bottle of rum at Christmas, and the next day I was throwing up blood. So I've never touched spirits since.
Oh really? I did that.
I've been building myself up for quite a while. I'm all right.
I went from never touching spirits to drinking a bottle of each in one night, and it wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I did. I think I was 15 and I threw up so much I can't drink vodka Coke anymore. It was a mad night, man. We ended up in a mental hospital and everything. It was a fucked up night. It was crazy.
Ciders now.
Shit went weird, man. It's a different time, the 90s.
I do love the fact that, because you have to type your name in it. I love the fact you've called yourself Young Alex.
It's what everybody knows me by, man.
It is. And
plus, I'm probably the youngest person on here.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Hey, I've seen our YouTube metrics. Like, what's on screen right now is not representative of the trigger warning demographics. Trust me. Possibly because COVID has already taken a significant number of our viewers.
I'm 33.
There's a girl somewhere as well. I'm sure.
Do you know what? The GoFundMe we did to get the new studio up and running that we're now banned from, that there was a shocking number of female donators to that. Me and Aidan were just messaging each other going, what's going on? And Aidan was like, well, it's obviously me. It's like, okay. It's not.
But it's not your pig hat, is it, Graham?
Of course it's my pig hat. What are you on about? When I met myself, the first thing I did was dress as a Boy Scout, full head to toe.
I don't want to know.
And this pig hat, and I took her out dancing, and that's how impressed she is. I'm a daddy now. I took her out. We did a gig at a place in Manchester.
She wanted to cut it up and turn it into a baby blanket.
Oh, really? Yeah, I probably should. It's that homemade material kind of vibe. It's from America, this. An American sent me this, bless her. We were the best shit band on the planet. Smoke Steve's saying Soph's cute. She is, man. She is. She's one of them as well. She looks way better. She doesn't look. I don't think she looks like that good on camera. Like. But then again, I've got
any of us.
No, that's the thing, because I see her in real life, and I've got this overblown thing of her because I love her like more than anything. So, like when I see an actual photo of her, I'm like, "That's not you," you know. And it's no. But she's adorable. She's been very grumpy today, though. But I'm not bothered. It's not, we're all gonna have our bad days, especially whilst we're all locked up. She's back in work Tuesday, but she can't fucking wait. I said, we're going to see her Tuesday, 6 a.m, just walking out. Bye! Fuck you. I'd rather be in a hospital right now. Fuck this.
Yeah, well, most of us would be. I don't know about you guys, but I've been stuck in for 4 weeks, and I'm a fucking carer. Yeah. So I've actually got legitimate fucking responsibilities I need to be sorting out, and I can't do it because I'm stuck here.
Oh, really? Have you not sort of... Because I know when we talked to Drunkcast, he had a thing where... there was sort of his house and his parents' house, and there was a connection. They only went there, so they were in isolation, but with each other.
Yeah, we've sorted something out. Most of the stuff I can do, I've just got to sort of check in quite frequently. But there's a lot of stuff that I'm sort of having to coach him through and stuff like that. But it's a bit, depressing. But the worst thing is, you feel better about it when you do it yourself, when you can go there and do it. It gives my fucking life some structure because I've got to get up, I've got to get the bus down there, sort everything out, then come home. And I've not been able to do that. So I'm losing my fucking marbles.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. It's frustrating, isn't it? It's what I'm saying. It's just like, we will see real protests in about a month from now. People will
that's why they keep saying, "Oh, it's just going to be another 3 weeks. It's just going to be another 3 weeks." We've just got to wait for it to flatten. But the end of the day, either we go for the whole send everyone back to work and go for the herd immunity thing, or we wait for the vaccine. I don't really see a lot of leeway in between them. I can't honestly see it, ending in the next 3 weeks. And if it does, the calls of Boris resign are going to be fucking hilarious.
I know that's
going to be the only joy.
As if losing our leader right now, whether he's competent or not, as if losing the leader of the government would be positive at all in any way.
I'll tell you what I like the people who've been saying about how we'd be in such a better position right now if Jeremy Corbyn had won.
No.
Wasn't he planning to fucking completely overhaul the NHS?
Well, yeah. But
if he'd started doing that though, if he'd started messing about with the NHS, then they would be even worse prepared for this.
Yeah.
What was it? When did the Tories win? Was it December 12th?
December, yeah.
I don't say it was the 12th. By the 13th, we'd already had a letter confirming a very reasonable pay rise for April. The Tories know what they're doing in that respect. In terms of the Labour hedged so many of the bets on the NHS. So the first thing they did was they got in touch with a lot of NHS people and said, "You're getting a big pay rise," and so that they all went, "We did the right
off, happy dog."
And then they go on Twitter and everyone's like, "Oh, they're gonna burn it." And you're like, "Well, they're certainly not fucking burning mine." What's that?
I got £100 pay rise in my benefits this week, so I'm quite happy.
Mine didn't go up. My kid money.
Did it not? It's universal credit has gone up £100 a month.
Yeah, but they said the tax credits would as well, which is what I get for my daughter now.
That's nothing. I've had my pay rise of £1.25 on my carer's allowance.
Is that
my
all?
weekly money's gone down by a £5.
I tell you, that's sorted me out for the next few years.
That makes me think that her money's gone up and she's not said anything yet.
Is she on universal credit?
Because it's no, she works. She works.
Right,
yeah. But I get because I'm the primary care. When you do the child benefit, who's the primary carer? It's me, innit, man. So I get the child benefit or whatever, and it's gone down. But it's all linked to.
That's only £20 a week anyway, isn't it?
No! I get more than that because I get
tax credits. You mean?
Yeah, we get the working tax credits for whatever. For I don't know how it's
£60 a week, isn't it?
Oh, I don't get that much. It's gone down.
Right.
But I think because she earns a certain level so that it eats into it.
Yeah.
And so he said it was going to go up by £20 a week. So I waited this. It came in on Thursday, didn't it? Because it's Easter. So I was like, I'm getting a pizza. It's gone down by a £5.
Have they worked it out that you're owing them money or something then, you reckon?
No, well, it's probably the pay rise she got that I was just talking about
because that's knocked it down. Yeah. Shit, man.
Which again, she's not mentioned it. Wouldn't mind a bit of help paying that electric bill if I'm perfectly honest.
My electric's horrendous, £120 a month just for electric.
That's what I was on. But I'm running at about 200 a month at the moment.
Jesus.
Since the lockdown,
being stuck in all the time, isn't it? Having the telly on and everything.
So there ain't enough Netflix shows at all, is there, for all this lockdown stuff?
Do you know? I've just been tanning Ozark.
All right, I tried watching Tiger King, but couldn't get into it. We're a bit documentary.
Yeah, even the Critical Drinkers recommended Tiger King, and I still can't watch it. I
fucking love a bit of Critical Drinker, though.
I've been watching Better Call Saul. That's quite good.
Better Call Saul is fucking phenomenal. Community's just gone live again, actually, on it, which is well worth a watch if you've not seen it. The Dan Harmon, it's what he did before Rick and Morty, and it is all right. It's good.
I love Rick and Morty. Best show it will.
Why does Happy Dog want to fuck me?
I love the fact that usually I used to get these comments. I'm kind of sad now because I'm obviously too grizzled looking for
I'm the fresh meat guy.
Happy Dog will be selling your beard, as in chopping it off.
I probably fucking will.
God, I love having a good English literacy amount of God, them words aren't coming out right, are they?
That didn't work, did it?
No.
I like hearing what Eric's saying.
That's the worst thing about me coming in on a Saturday as well, is because I'm actually quite an eloquent person. But when I've been drinking, I fuck all my words up.
Yeah. I love to be able to sentence string together.
But the Yoda.
No, I'm trying to act like I'm not 3 tins in, but that's not happening, is it?
I'd say this:
Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
Dude, The Mandalorian is fucking great. Do it.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no like. There's almost nothing original in there, but it's just old school Star Wars. It's set in the old school Star Wars world, and it's just a TV show. It's a.
Are they using practical effects or CGI?
There's very that's hard for me to no to either. Yes to both. Basically, there's no. It's hard to say. What they've done is they're filming.
Aren't you like a really coherent broadcasting expert?
Yeah, but let me explain why. So what it is the set they're on is an extremely high definition screen. So the floor is a screen. The ceiling is a screen, and then behind them there's a massive big fucking screen. And what that means is if they're in the desert, what they stood on looks like the sand and on all the rest of it. It looks like the sky, but it actually gives them
done it like marble, did it? All the background and the flooring and everything CGI.
Yeah, but there's no green screen. It looks like they're actually there. And there's a really clever thing. So if the camera moves, it's really worth looking up. Actually, once you've finished watching The Mandalorian, look how it works. So what happens is when the camera moves, the actual perspective on the screen changes. But it's not. They've not got that old like Lucas thing of the prequels where everyone stood against blue. Yeah. Like they can actually see what they stood against.
Oh, it's got like a projection on the screens.
Yeah, it's a monitor. And it shines light on them. So if the sun's coming up, it will shine light in their eyes. And outside of that, there's a lot of physical stuff that they can hold and move and pick up. And so there are practical effects, but the CGI is done live so that they can interact with it and they're aware of it, which is why I said yes and no. Fuck you. I'm fucking going.
Random stranger, just to let you know, if Pornhub do live streaming, I'm up for that.
They do? What are you on about? I've been on there loads of times.
What, live?
Yeah, man.
You fucking pervert.
I like being able to say hello to them. I like the reactions. I need them to be aware that I'm watching, otherwise I can't get there.
Oh dear.
I don't know how to respond to that, Graham. And
I've
do
video on for porn, man. Once you've gone to interactive, you can't go back.
So the only problem with porn is you just get weirder and weirder with what you're watching. It's not enough anymore just to watch normal porn. You gotta watch all sorts of weird stuff.
Especially when you involve yourself with them, mate. All sorts of places. I don't sit on here saying I'm a pimp for nothing.
You know what? Just once I'd like to meet people and get drunk with them and not have it delve into what kind of weird fucking porn we watch when we've had a few.
Hey,
it always happens.
You brought it up.
I'm sorry,
I'm with you there, Alex. I'm with you on that one.
We were talking about Star Wars.
I was responding to a comment, you prick.
So they brought it up.
Also, we're blaming chat now, are we? Disgraceful.
Proof is right there, Graham. Do your research.
I can't say do your research. See, what I was doing was happily ignoring chat. Getting on with my life.
I've got it on a tab here so I can read it, but I'm so drunk I'm not focused on it.
Just click on live comments in the stream.
Oh God, I've got it on top as well.
We need young Alex and Happy Dog to stream together. Everyone else leave. They didn't even mention Pornhub, you freak. They didn't even mention Pornhub. You mentioned it.
Graham, the conversation's closed.
Oh, is it? Is it now? You asked me to go and check receipts, and I did.
I'm impressed that you did, to be fair.
And you're the one that brought it up, and then you You hurt us all for it. You look down your nose at us like you're better than us, eh?
Just you, Graham.
Just me.
Oh, well, I've had nothing better to do. I'm constantly logging onto the chat, but you're streaming nearly every day, so there's not really a need for clips at the minute.
No, it's a bit weird, isn't it? If we
on a drunk stream, there's no clips to have anyway because you're all over the place. I thought, you know, fuck it, I'll just ring in today.
You know what? The best thing on the drunk stream is to go back after the fact, like download it, go back after the fact, and just find that one sweet moment that, out of context, destroys my life. Whack it on the Twitter, get it on the Guardian.
No, I'm trying to be nice to you. I'm not going to do that to you, Graham.
No, I know. I appreciate that, man. I'm only fucking about.
I got a bit serious.
What kind of tech are you using, Alex? Because it's like I can hear you so clearly, but this picture on the screen is like this. Are you just using a phone or something?
Yeah, it's my iPhone. I'm not.
Right.
Like, I'm not trusting my laptop. It's a good laptop, but the webcam fucks up all the time. And I'm fairly sure the mic has got like bits of old pot noodle in it and stuff. So.
No, it's great. It's working a treat. I can see you and I can hear you really clearly. I just wondered, it was only a question based on the kind of aspect ratio thing.
It is a bit strange because I feel all shrunken in compared to you. I'm the tiniest guy here.
I'm only 5'10".
Biscuit Vapes, did I remember you saying that you were from Doncaster?
That's correct, yes.
I think I'm just up the road from you. I'm in Scunthorpe.
All right, okay. I'm in Bentley.
I wouldn't want to tile that.
Okay. I just tried to message Lacey, but Lively won't let me log in. I logged in, but it just says guest still. I don't know why. Fucking Lively, Kay.
What's LiveLeaks? Is it like WikiLeaks?
Yeah, it's just like WikiLeaks, yeah. Same people.
Uninformed.
LiveLeaks a whole new landscape of wrong.
Yeah. I just love being really positive on LiveLeak.
LiveLeak is the reason Hayden's got a blue tick on Twitter.
I know, yeah.
Just in case you needed to distinguish him from every other Hayden Hewitt that hosts videos of people putting the hamster in the fucking microwave.
Oh, I don't do that. I've got a hamster upstairs, bless it.
Wait. What's Happy Dog's trying to stir again? What's this? Oh, bless Alec thinks the convo's closed. Like he has any opinion on whether I have him or not. Don't worry.
I love Trigger Warning, and I love all the people on Trigger Warning, but Happy Dog is the only one who genuinely terrifies me.
Yeah. You don't miss him when he's gone, do you? You don't. He's fine.
And I thought it'd be better when I saw him.
I do as well. I do.
He has character to stream. You can't say that about him.
Just honestly, wait till if we can get him to the meat space and you can come too. Just wait till you see him in real life, and just this sad old Santa's there asking you for a cup of tea. It's amazing. It's suddenly all this
sad old
shite.
Geordie Santa.
Yeah. It doesn't affect you anymore. All this weird rapey stuff. You're like, mate, you can't even open your own beans. Never mind. What are you on about?
Beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard.
It's all gone quiet.
Yeah.
Never goes quiet. Never goes quiet when Hayden's doing it. Take control, man. Come on.
Yeah, come on, Graham. It's on you tonight.
Direct the conversation. Lead. Show some leadership.
Wait, it's the Drunkcast. You want me to do
I've got
this?
one small thing.
Okay, yeah, go on then.
Have you heard in Singapore? I've got a friend who lives in Singapore.
Oh, I love Singapore.
They're behind us on the, breakout of COVID. They've only just gone into lockdown. But do you know what they've called lockdown? They're calling it the circuit breaker. And there's loads of memes going about with their prime minister, like as Thanos being like, circuit breaker. And I don't understand where the name circuit breaker has come from.
They stole it from Ford, didn't they?
Did they?
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker, circuit breaker. I don't know. I love Singapore though. It's quite interesting that they've just gone into lockdown because they were one of the ones that were touted as being doing very, very well because they did get it at the same time.
Yeah, but that's because they're so small, though.
Yeah, but I think they had an unofficial lockdown for a long time. You know, people were isolating.
I mean, it was impressive because there's a lot of people over there who were going to China for Chinese New Year and stuff, and then coming back. So it was impressive that it didn't break out there sort of earlier.
And it is very densely populated as well. It's crazy though, man. I was looking up like my girl does medical engineering. I was looking up in Singapore, and you get £2,000 a week to do her job there. I was like, bitch, let's fucking move to fucking Singapore. She's like, how much does it cost of living? And I'm like, yeah, the rent's more expensive. It is. But Jesus, dude, I'm from Manchester. We can live cheap. We can live cheap in a way that they can't even imagine over there. Don't worry about that. You know, we could go there for 2 years and make a fortune. But she's not. We're at different levels there because she's a bit younger than me, and she still has like a lot of connections to her family and that. So in my head, I'm like, let's just fucking go to Singapore. Let's move there. But for her, it's like, yeah, but what about my grandma? And I'm like, well, I don't have an answer to that question. You know, obviously your grandma's important. Dr. Kits, before we get you on, could we sort of get your head in shot a bit more, mate? Should we just get him in? There we go. Hello.
So everything all right over there?
You all right, Dr. Kits? I think we might have to get... Is that a child? Right, okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to remove you from the stream. I'll tell you what, Dr. Kits. Once I can see your face and I know you're not 12, we'll bring you back on the stream.
That's all we need. Underage kids in as well.
Just having... I don't even think you were wanking. I just think you just look confused.
It looked like you were on his bed, suffering with struggling to get some breath.
I know. What if he's actually dying from COVID? And
I was thinking that it looked like a hospital bed to me. Like, what if he's just streaming from hospital on hospital?
Yeah, that was his one cry for help. He was just whispering his postcode.
Save me from hospital, please.
SK11.
Get me on a ventilator. I need it quick.
Is he still backstage, Graham?
He's still there. I can look.
Is he still there?
Is he still there? Hello? Hello?
Give us a wave, at least.
Can you hear us? Are you okay?
Okay. There's a big scream there. I really hope that was a bird.
It sounded like a bird.
Daz reckons you could hear a ventilator. Dude, seriously, dude.
Something funny.
Just bring the camera down a little bit. Let us see you. Go on.
Yeah.
Last chance. Bring the camera down. Okay, we're done with that. We're done. That's it. Sorry, mate.
God. That squeal.
that was a big scream.
That was like something from fucking Deliverance.
I can't even begin with that. Right, guys, I'm gonna mute myself for a second whilst
I hope that guy's all right. I mean, seriously. I mean, you find people who just like found themselves there for whatever reason.
He didn't look all right, did he? He looked a bit.
He didn't look all right at all.
A bit out of it. His eyes were a bit.
I hope that guy's okay.
Yeah. There's nothing we can do about it.
No, not at all. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just it's a hosted video stream, like multi-point system. But that guy didn't look like he was. It didn't even sound like a healthy place to be either.
No.
Happy Dog's feeling your vibe. He's not Ed. Let the child speak.
Yeah.
He's gone now anyway. Either way, whatever it was. Right, I'll be back in a second, guys.
He's lost his Wi-Fi.
How can you host the show using this broadcast software and go missing?
Not
fucking hosting. It's Saturday night. I'm not hosting. This is a meeting. What are you on about? I need a drink. I'm running out of drink. Just give me a second. Just still hear you.
Yeah, I know you can still hear me. You don't have to remove yourself from the stream, man. Just put it on. Stop, cam, and mute. That's all you need to do. You don't have to reorientate the whole feed.
You just got to let him do his own thing.
Yeah, I guess. At least I can see you now, Alex. I can kind of look up.
It's at the correct aspect ratio.
Actual aspect ratio that fits you in the actual stream. Yeah. Now then.
Yeah, what's going on?
Drink. And what's he getting to drink? I'm going to have to get another drink in a minute.
He'll probably be getting some of that dodgy homebrew he's got.
Yeah.
I'm set with the...
The only thing I've got left is this miniature.
What's that, thermos flask?
Yeah, it's just got some hot water in it for me coffee.
All right.
I've already drunk about 3 quarts of it through stream.
Hey,
Fiddler.
Oh, nice one.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, good to see you. How you doing?
Doing all right. Cheers.
Cheers, sir.
That's the one with a real beard.
Cheers, mate.
So Graham's gone for a beer, but as host of the show, not included himself in the feed, but brought someone else in.
Somebody brought me
I'm
in.
hosting the show. I'm not hosting. It's Saturday. I'm not hosting. It's a meet-up. I'll be back in a second.
Must be a touchy subject.
So,
he's a touchy person.
Go on to this software. It's like you've got someone has to host the show. Someone's got to have control of the screens. You can bring people in and can't bring. That's all I meant. I didn't mean hosting it in any other sense. I just meant taking control of the broadcast software.
What we really need tonight is at least one person to pop up who's not wearing a hat.
Yeah, need someone on who's not.
I'm not afraid of my male pattern baldness.
I'm afraid of my bushy fucking hair at the minute.
You know, the only reason I've got this on is because it makes the headphones a bit more comfortable, and it was a Skype thing from old where it stopped screen burn for the reflection off the baldness. That's the only reason I wear this.
Well, it's fucking 28 degrees in here at the minute, and I don't want to wear this, but my hair was too long before lockdown, and now it's just annoying me. So,
I'm sorry. Are you complaining about having too much hair?
Oh, shut up,
on this stream. On this stream. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll cry for you tonight. You'll be in my prayers, mate.
Come on, Jihadi Nick, take it up.
Oh, you got too much hair, have you? Fucking wish.
I'm going to get my clippers out tomorrow and have a good shave.
Is that better? Is people happy now?
Happy dog. If it makes you happy, mate, go for it.
There you go.
Take a screenshot.
My cup of tea wants to know how how my neighbor's lawn is doing. They haven't cut it yet, and I'm starting to get pretty upset about it. No, I made a video on Live Leak, and my neighbor's lawn got to like waist high before he cut it for the year, and I was hiding in it, and I rolled out of it. So cup of tea, amongst other things, likes to give me trouble for.
So wait, things. You weren't hiding it whilst he was cutting it, were you?
No.
Oh,
no. He cut. So I had this neighbor for years next door, and he was great, and we shared tools, and he was great, and he moved, and admittedly, I was a little bit sore because, I had such a great relationship with him. So no matter who took his place, I was going to be like, you suck. You know what I'm saying? And this guy, he's got a lawnmower, but he would never cut his lawn. And it was like the middle of July, and the grass was up so high I could get in the grass and hide in it. So I made a Live Leak video about how high it was and rolled out of it and stuff. So cup of tea always asks me how my neighbor's lawn's doing, and he hasn't cut it yet this year. It's been a while, but he hasn't cut it yet this year.
He's gonna get out. What about my hormones? What's going on with my hormones? What's the issue?
I lost my temper at my dog yesterday because he got himself trapped between 2 pallets. I said, "Get out!" And he just sat there like an idiot, and I just grabbed the pallet away from in front of him, and he still sat there cowering. I'm like, just move, for fuck's sake, just fucking move. And he still wouldn't move, so I grabbed him by the scruff of the neck, and he let out the biggest yelp ever. I didn't hurt him. It was just like, don't touch me. I'm like, you twat, just move.
What you just said, Graham, was so brilliant. It was like the textbook. What do you mean I'm overreacting?
I think he was scared of the electric lawnmower because I'm just cutting grass, and he just.
What do you mean I don't have a sense of humour?
Wait. You're not still shitting on Trump, are you?
No. I took I did have his notifications on, so it would warn me, so I could get right in there before the other 30,000 people that would comment on whatever he said, and I could get my good bits in. But I finally I was like, this is just stressing me out. I'd be in the middle of a working with a client or something, and Trump would tweet, and I'd be like, hold up a second.
It's not
so I stopped.
I'm going to grab another beer from the fridge. I'll be back very shortly.
Sorry, go on.
I was just saying, I'm just going to grab another beer from the fridge. I'll be back very shortly.
No worries. Hey, Philip, how are you feeling knowing that you've got another 4 years of Trump now?
Well, I don't believe we have another 4 years of Trump coming.
Really?
No, I don't. And I hear you guys say it all the time. Well, not you, young Alex, but I hear Graham especially and Hayden, just convinced that we're going to have another 4 years.
You think Biden's going to win?
With him.
I don't think anything. I think you could put anybody up there, and I think they have a good chance of beating Trump. But I could be wrong. I was willing to bet the farm last time, and somebody took me up on that offer, and I bet them some money, and I had to pay them.
Bet the farm this time. Don't.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll wait, and I'm a smart guy, so I'll wait until we get a little closer. But no, do I think that Biden's like the savior? Am I excited?
I think I've just found Dr. Kip. I have actually just found Dr. Kip on Twitter. Yeah, and it matches the profile picture, assuming it wasn't just a stolen picture. That's so weird. But I mean, I'm a little bit. The only thing I'm annoyed about the election at the moment is why I said it at the top of the show. I'm really annoyed about this stupid fucking 27-year-old sexual assault claim, because it's never going to work against Biden. It's too old and it's smearing. And the thing is, I want to see Trump destroy Biden in debates. I don't.
Well, he never did. He never did good against Hillary in the debates. I mean,
fucking amazing.
No, I don't agree with you at all. I don't agree with you at all. I mean, nobody really thought that at the time. I mean, especially the time that right after he did the whole Access Hollywood bus situation, and he was like snorting and snout. When he got on there, he was so nervous and pissed off about the whole thing. But did he do better? I mean, he
won the election.
He stalked behind her. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he did better than her in the debates. I mean, go back and watch the debates. And
I don't know. I thought they were great.
I mean, he obviously won. But was it because of the debates? No, it wasn't because of the debates. He did terrible in the debates.
Russia stepped in, wasn't it?
well, I mean, could be. I think the jury's still out on that one.
But how are they going to run the election though with the lockdown?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
Has an election ever been postponed before?
No, not that I know of. There's a guy, Harrison, I think his name was. He was our president, and he won. And then it was like 5 degrees in Washington D.C. when he won. This is back like 200 years ago or 150 years ago, and he was adamant about doing the much like Trump would be if the temperature was that cold, but he was adamant about doing the inauguration, and everybody was like pleading with him, don't do it, and he insisted on doing it. Well, he ended up getting pneumonia, and he died like 2 months after he got into office. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, there's gonna have to be something. But I mean, I think at some point, whether we regret it or not, I think that this country, whether anybody other countries do it or not, no. But I think this country is going to be back up and running. Probably within a month and a half.
I think you'd have had a much bigger problem in the United States right now if you'd found yourself in this situation that you're in right now and Trump was at the end of his second term. Because if it was the end of his second term, according to the Constitution, he can't run again. So you would have had to run an election.
Right. Well, they're going to have to run an election. There's no way that the only thing that people are going to riot over more than food is if they can't.
But you can see what I'm saying, though. I mean, you can see the point I'm making. At the end of the day,
no matter what, somebody else is going to have to take the.
Someone else is going to have to go.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I mean, they did one the other day. There was all those queues of people, and they were all 2 meters apart, and people were doing the videos of them. Like the queues went on for fucking miles, man. But I hated it. You're all right, mate. But
it's the boss.
It will happen by November. That'll all be sorted. People will volunteer. People will want it to happen. Amen. How's it going? That freaked me out then because I hadn't clicked you in, but you've got access.
I do.
I thought Dr. Kits might be back.
It's just like Bond buddies joined, complete with a cap.
I know, yeah. Good evening.
Hello. Well, I can't leave. If I leave her outside of this room, she'll just wake everybody else up, and that's not what I want right now. How's everyone doing? We doing good?
I'm standing.
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah,
I'm all right. Yeah.
Do you know what this looks like in front of me here?
Go on.
You know, like every time, once in a while, like certain states in America will release many mugshots of sex offenders. Look at young Alex there. Oh, bless. Look at you.
Right, mate.
Yeah. It looks to me like
beard and everything is beautiful.
Game character you want to be
to
play this game. Go deal with it.
I do have the vibe of like Antifa with the mask off. You know, when they catch him, and they go,
I've always had an Antifa vibe from you, Graham.
I don't think anyone from Antifa's got an actual beard. I don't think they're old enough.
I accidentally got in Antifa once. I went to a protest for the Iraq War, and as the coach, it was a coach from Manchester, London. As it was arriving, everyone masked up. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? I thought we were here to protest violence. And the meeting place for the van as well was the American Embassy, which was fucking annoying. I'd never been to London before. And
how does that happen though? How do you not know that these people are bringing masks and shit with them?
It's Graham.
I don't know. I just signed up. I just, you know, I used to hang around with a lot of Antifa people. I just didn't know they were Antifa people because they're not. They're not
most
always...
young people are very left leaning, and there's always a couple of nutters out there.
They're not all bad. They're not all bad, are they, Graham?
Well, you know, some of them are just kind of fairly normal outside of the insane shit they do on the weekends. But the thing is, though, I had long hair, questionable dress sense. I blended in with them without even knowing I was doing it. I was totally unaware.
Bullshit.
Fuck you, man. I still get them now telling me, oh, you used to be a communist, you. It's like, no, I didn't. I used to smoke weed and hang out with you. That's not the same thing as being a communist.
Fucking used to be.
You don't partake anymore, Graham?
Of communism, yes, he does.
That was a question. That was a no.
I don't know. I don't really smoke anymore. I mean, last time
I don't really either.
No. I mean, not that I'm against it. I'm not like against it or anything like that. I just don't. The problem is me. You know, I've got my daughter first thing, and then I've got trigger warning on the night times, and it's just there's not really a space for it right now. There's not really a place in my life where I want to get wrecked.
There was a period of my life about 10 years ago that I was 6 months. I was stuck on that meow shit. Biggest mistake of my life.
Stuck on what?
That MCAT, meow, methadone.
Oh, yeah. I've been there with that. That stuff's not good, man. See, no. I tried that, sort of trying to recapture the good old days of ecstasy and speed and all that, and it wasn't close, man. It wasn't the same sort of place at all.
I absolutely loved it, but I loved it that much I sold my Plaggy 90 and my Supermoto Enduro motorbike and blew it all in 6 months.
Oh, I didn't like it that much. I wouldn't do it now, though. I don't even. I can't even smoke pot now because it silences me, and I don't like taking. Like it's like the one thing of like it shuts me up. I can't. If I was stoned right now, I would have been silent the last 2 hours, just going. And I hate that it takes that from me, because then I get that. Then within my own head, I get really stressed and annoyed that I can't talk. Start freaking out.
Doesn't sound any different from you normally, to be honest.
Did you say methadone? Like you were on methadone?
You've got a
methadone.
Oh, methadone. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get this.
It's very similar to amphetamine in Constitution.
Meow meow. It's like an artificial kind of speed.
Fucking
ecstasy.
meow meow.
Yeah.
You fucking young people make me
No
sick.
kidding.
Fucking, what drugs are you into? Meow meow.
They're away from that now completely. Now it's just letters and numbers, because they've changed it a little bit now, but it was at one point that someone would make one of these artificial drugs that was just a chemical name, and then they'd make that illegal, so they'd just change one element in it, one little particle, and then
it's got to the point now that the only powdered drug that you can get now is caffeine in those head shops. It's just concentrated caffeine.
Yeah. I don't agree with that, man. I think if people want to do that, they should be allowed to do it.
Well, when Spice was legal,
Spice is so
nobody, yeah, but when it was legal, nobody did it. Do you remember that? When it was legal, nobody went near it. The minute it was illegal, everyone's walking around Manchester like fucking land of the dead.
My friend nearly died on that shit. He ended up in hospital for 3 weeks.
It's like I don't know if you guys call it this over there, but potpourri. That's what it reminds me of. It's like this flaky stuff. Yeah. My buddy called me. My buddy, yeah, obviously. My buddy, potpourri is made by like some old, lady in a craft shop, and Spice is made by those evil. Well, it's made by those evil Chinese trying to kill us.
I mean, potpourri is just the contents of the nearest florist to the
right, dried flowers and stuff. Yeah, my buddy works for the airlines, and he was like, "Oh man, you got to get some." When it first came out, it wasn't even called Spice. I don't think back then. They all came in like little packets with like, advertising that was definitely geared towards like kids and stuff, And he was like, "Oh man, you got to get." He's like, "You got to try that. It's totally legal. I'm like, man, I don't know. It looks like something that came out of my vacuum cleaner when I emptied it.
My friend made a pretty good song about it. It's like the youth of Donny are on Scott Lane, because that's where the head shop was, and they're all around the thing, and they're all going insane, and it's a really good song. I'll have to get the lyrics up.
I see Dr. Kitts left a private chat for us.
Oh, what's it?
Buh.
Blah.
Hayden, you just look like Blofeld getting ready to dispatch any of us at any time because we.
How do you think I feel? I log in because I wasn't sleepy. I log in to check see how my baby's doing. I don't mean Graham, I mean trigger warning. And there's you fuckers, him in his pig hat and some fucking screaming forehead.
So you haven't seen anything before that, then? Because Graham's been doing a great job.
I saw enough.
What is it? What's the list that we've had today, Graham? We've had porn again. So remember
you brought up, by the way. You brought up.
You did bring Pornhub up,
and now you're bringing it up again for some reason.
You showed porn.
Presumably,
yeah.
No, I got someone in, and they showed porn.
You should have checked.
It was similar to the.
Who was that?
It was similar to that stuffed animal from the old Live Lake show. Some guy popped
up earlier, and Graham
didn't check.
There was no camera feed. He didn't check it before they came on. They came on, and the first thing that we saw was just somebody showing porn on their phone.
Dr. Kitts is back, by the way. Do you want to see him?
I don't know if we can squeeze anyone else on at the minute. Plus, it looks like his camera's off. His face is there, though.
Dr. Kitts, turn your camera on, mate, and we'll put you on the stream.
I think it was a BBC, too, I think is what the kids call it these days. That picture that was shown.
Go on, you can say it. Say the full thing. Go on.
I can't. I got.
I want to see you get all excited.
Well, our national broadcaster I don't understand. What's the reference?
Like, fuck you, don't know what BBC
Oh, no. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that reference. That BBC. Big black. And I can't remember what that last one. Yeah.
A keyworded phallus.
This is fucking trigger warning. Why are you censoring yourselves?
Well, I don't know. We're in lock-on, you know. We're in lockdown, so
I don't like watching.
So we're locked down with you know, and I'm not like you guys are all. I think all of you, all you guys are. It's like what 12 o'clock at night. You know,
it's 1 in the morning.
The sun's still out over here. The Xbox is still on, if you know what I mean.
Are you on Eastern or Pacific? Which time zone?
I'm in Central, so I'm like pretty much right in the center of the United States. Yeah, that's what it. That's the BBC I'm talking about. The girthy kind.
Do they ever announce all the time zones when anything goes out? Or do they just announce Eastern and Central? Then you know if it's mountain.
Usually
Central.
Not Central. They don't announce because there's nothing going on. But they announce like Eastern and Pacific. You know, California and New York. You know,
and you'll know if you're in mountain or Central that you're an hour
based
away
off
from
of that.
of
Right.
Yeah.
And I always have to, like with you guys, I just type in. I don't know if do you guys just have one time zone? I guess.
Yeah.
Are you that puny? How depressing! You guys.
The entire United Kingdom is just a little bit smaller than Oregon.
We're very long.
You guys are so uncool. No, but
place where it was invented.
We might be puny, but everybody sets our clocks. Our big neck.
Well,
I don't know how you can say that when the US has got 4 time zones and Russia has got 11.
Well, that's true. But I always search Manchester, UK time, you know, when I see what time you guys are going on, because I don't know.
Anywhere in the UK, it's the same.
It's the same. Okay. Now that I know.
I love that you're trying to have a pissing contest for like countryside, as if it has the slightest bearing on anything.
Does that include like Ireland and Scotland? Or are they different time zones?
Well, Ireland,
it's exactly the same, because it's exactly it's all in a line longitudinal. So even if it was across, I mean, it'd have to be a long way out before it into the different time zone.
Right.
So, I mean, in terms of the time, we have Greenwich Mean Time, but at the moment we're on British summertime. It's the reference point for the rest of the world.
Right, is that right?
Yeah, we decided it. It comes from Manchester. It was Manchester that implemented it. So you
okay.
By the way. Puny Manchester.
Puny.
We are
really small.
It's actually the opposite of the international date line.
It's not BBM.
We did it whilst we were building the world's first passenger train station. You know, it was part and parcel with that. So you are welcome. By the way.
I mean, you talk about New York. I mean, we've got Old York here.
Yeah.
I really want to know. Dr. Kitts is just sat there ready. I really want to know, guys. I'll leave it to you. Should we
Graham, check your WhatsApp while you're away, dude?
Okay.
Sent you an important message.
Can you get the guy on, or can you only get the TikTok? If he's going to come on, I'll come off.
No. I'll kill myself for a sec because I know I can come back on. I'm not expecting him to last. 1 second. Let's just see, because I'm Hayden, stop sending me pictures of
It was Hey, Dr. Kitts, how are you doing?
Can you move your camera at all?
At least there's no squealing this time.
Yeah.
Apparently, Dr. Kitts has a song for us. Go on, then. Give us your song. It's not impressing me so far. Ooh, so I'll go in this one, isn't it?
Come on, belt your song out, Dr. Kitts.
Is this what happens when I leave this to Graham? Yeah. Is this really what happens?
Oh, I'm back. What's going on?
I was really.
Thank you. I want Dr. Kitts back.
I was really looking forward to this too.
I don't think we're getting that song. There we go.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh, that's a shame.
That guy's not in a good way at all.
He got stage fright. Happens to the best of us.
His camera hasn't moved at all.
Cup of tea said he's a Zika head. you feel pretty bad if he was like, not right.
I wish Cup of Tea would get on here.
Yeah,
Did he show up at the meat space?
No.
No, somebody said he was there.
If he was, he kept a very low profile.
The only thing that's made me feel that the guy's mainly maybe okay is the fact that he must have typed in what his name was as Dr. Kit.
Nick, don't worry.
I genuinely doesn't look like he's in a good way at all.
He's having exactly the sort of fun he wants to have right now. Don't worry, he's doing fine.
Okay. I'll trust your better judgment, man.
Imagine that being your Saturday night.
In his eyes, he killed it tonight.
Yeah.
By the way,
I didn't want that not to end well.
Nick, don't worry about that. There's no rope in the picture. It's fine.
The criteria, man.
That's the sole criteria I have. Aphid, go on about your time zones. All great, yeah? All great. Yeah. Your president's a fucking lunatic. You're all dying. You'll be begging to be a part of the fucking... Come back to the motherland before you know it.
We'll be paying that
time zones.
We'll be paying that tax.
Shit.
We'll be paying that tax on the tea in no time, huh?
You fucking will, yes.
Smoke Steve's back.
And by the way, and on coffee, because we were drinking that shit before your country was even thought of. You don't even know. That annoys me with Americans. Oh, we enjoy coffee. Your coffee, shit. It's shit. Just told. Right. Nick, I've already mentioned Alex's fucking neck beard. Nick's getting all paranoid about Dr. fucking Kitts.
Spanish coffee.
Paranoid.
Spanish coffee. That's just Tesco backwards.
Is everything you own within reach of you, mate? No matter what you mention,
kidding.
You just lift it up. I want to see what's behind the camera. Is it just a wall of everything?
He's got one clean spot in the house, and that's what we're seeing.
What is that? Nesquik. He keeps Nesquik, a spoon, and coffee, but no kettle.
A worrying number of tea towels.
Oh, it's his Splendor.
Splendor.
Hang on. No, biscuit vapes.
Yeah.
As you know, I don't want to annoy anybody. Splendor is the sugar substitute, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
How much of that do you have to fucking eat to get to that size?
Dr. Kitts is back. Killing it.
He's on it. No,
I'll be honest with you. This is probably 90% monster.
I don't know. He was pointing. There was progress there. He was.
I did see that. I'm just a bit.
So he's just been sitting there the whole time,
dude. He's been in the backstage area
an hour at least.
It's just his forehead.
He's popped up there, Graham.
He's in the green room.
Smoke Steve was there for like 3 seconds, and he's gone. I was gonna jump out and let him on.
I'm shocked. He's gone in what sense? He's gone off the feed, or he's
gone. He's gone from backstage.
Cataclysmically gone.
He's just killed his. Dr. Kitts has gone now.
Well, I think it's 8:20 in Smoke Steve's time, so he's an ounce into it tonight.
Look at Greg Top.
Is he in Massachusetts?
I hope Dr.
Vermont.
Kitts is
didn't
okay.
he say?
You're fucking fooling no one, Greg. You're fooling no one. You don't give a fuck about Dr. Kitts.
It's the same thing I said.
Topple should come on. Topple should come on here. We can see his picture on his thing there.
Topple should come on here. We're doing the world a good. And
Topple, I'm with you 100%. I hope he's okay.
Cup of tea.
He didn't look like he was in a good way at all.
Nick, you get no fucking points for virtue signaling here, dude.
It's just I should have known. Really, I should have learned that by now.
If people need a hug, they're on the wrong fucking stream. Okay,
yeah, even if he's not. What
he's well enough.
Going to do?
He's fucking well enough to click to join the stream. He's fine. He's fine. No, believe me, anyone with a real problem doesn't search through YouTube and go, "Oh look, There's fucking 6 helpful looking chaps right there. One of them looks like a fucking predatory fucking pedo in a fucking smoking jacket.
That's right.
You know, and it's just this is not where you come for help.
Smoke Steve's got back to us. He's saying he doesn't want to take out. I don't know what that means in the context of.
He doesn't want you dropping.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, I understand. I don't mind. I'll still be here. I'm not like, you know.
I'm only going to be here for another 10 minutes or so. So.
Oh.
You guys can crack on. I watched Corona Zombies the other night. They sent me a link.
I heard about it. Is it any good?
Oh, there's already a movie, huh?
I interviewed the director. It's on the channel, Charles Band. He's been around for years.
Oh, that's right. I heard it, actually.
Full exploitation for a really good guy. I hoping to have a chat, or at least an interesting guy. But what they've done is they took a film called Zombie Creeping Flesh. It was called Hell of the Living Dead in the States. They took a bit of Zombie versus Strippers. They redubbed it all and then added like 5 minutes of new footage. And it lasts for about an hour, and it's exactly what you think it's going to be.
Sounds a bit like Lucio Fulci's Cat in the Brain.
Yeah, but the worst part is some people are complaining online, you know, they're destroying a classic. In what fucking universe was Zombie Creeping Flesh ever a classic? Enjoyable? Stupid.
My eyes is Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead's probably the finest film ever made. Well done, sir. I like you. Not like these assholes.
Oi, you know that's my favourite of his trilogy.
You're too young for me to discuss that film with you. It's not allowed yet. You know, you shouldn't even be watching it at your age.
I mean, arguably, Time Bandits was the best movie ever made. But
I couldn't agree more. Time Bandits was a legendary film.
Mm.
From the month
very, very midgety. Very midgety.
If Smoke Steve's backstage, I'll come off if you want. I'll just go backstage if you like.
He's not there.
Dr. Kit says, "Go my channel." No, mate. Probably won't happen. But thank you.
After that phenomenal advertisement,
at least I can see what the rest of his face looks like now.
I know. I do. I get
worried about him now. That's happened.
Oh, there's nothing you could do if there was something up with him anyway.
Oh, I know.
Nick,
you
might be too fragile this evening, dude.
There's a huge difference between worrying about what someone's doing and whether or not you were aware that you can do something about it. It's not the same thing. I know I can't do anything about it, but the guy didn't look like he was in a good way at all.
Well, Happy Dog says he's one of Crip Daddy's mates.
He was fine.
Chances are, in the grand scheme of things, he's not in a great way at all. But he's okay.
I don't know whether or not
he's
Happy Dog pointing that out's helped.
Well, all it means is he's as okay as he can be.
I've just gone on his channel, and 1 week ago he posted a video called "I'm Single" and it's had 1 view.
I
feel really bad now.
That was him. That was himself making sure the video was okay.
Oh no, he likes white girls. That's had 2 views. Dr. Kits, I feel bad now. Come on the stream and fucking talk to us. Oh, there's a lot of forehead videos actually. There's a lot of forehead videos.
That's his theme. That's his shtick, huh?
This is not an unusual thing for Dr. Kits. I'm intrigued now. Colour me officially intrigued. I'm gonna suddenly your 0 view videos are gonna have 1 views by the end of tomorrow. I am actually genuinely intrigued.
Well, he's also got a video called "I Like Pussy."
He does like pussy. So, that's one of his big hits, man. That's had 6 views.
He's got 7 now.
It's all in the keywords.
Dr. Kits, I salute you.
Here's the Dr. Kits.
Dude, can you not talk? Can you actually not speak?
I think he's got...
maybe that's his problem.
He's got one of those robot voice things. Dude, load your fucking robot voice and come on.
Oh, we gotta hear him.
I know. Load your robot voice up.
Come on.
Say something. At least show us your face.
I wonder if his camera's locked and he's like... can't actually physically move like Stephen Morgan.
It looks like he can't move.
He could serenade now. He could serenade to that New York video that you guys were posting
Dr.
with
Kit's
the chick
come back.
singing on the balcony.
I feel awful.
See, sat here laughing at him. Nick, just making him feel like a victim.
Nick was the worst.
You fuckers are no good.
Expressed some concern, and that's what it gets twisted into.
That was a shame.
The guy came here to say hello, and look, you made him feel like inferior. It's disgraceful.
Out of all of us losers on here, Nick is the one that...
You know what, Graham, I expect this of. I expect with his strange prejudice again.
Right. Why is the only other guy who was drinking now not here?
I'm ashamed of you.
Come back, Mr. Kits. Go on.
Oh.
We'll have you on. I feel bad now I've looked at your actual channel. Dude, though, what's going on with your titles?
He's nailed it.
Maybe that sound in the back, his background sound, maybe that was like a machine or something pumping his body.
Could well have been. Well, his lungs, but not just his whole body. That would really fucking weird.
It could be a liver machine pumping up blood around his system and keeping
Could be. Poor Mr. Kits.
And there's you fucking laughing at him.
That sums it up.
Yeah, he's got he's got a speaking spell, hasn't he?
You're right. He's got a speaky voice thing. Well, why didn't you do it? Is it because we just cut you off before you had a chance to say anything?
He was typing it out on his keyboard.
He was typing
it out, yeah.
And I was there going, "You dirty troll."
Wait till I tell Crip Daddy about this.
I know, yeah.
Graham chased, like someone off the stream who was differently abled.
Yeah. He was verbally abusing him, made him sit in backstage for a good half hour whilst he was waving.
You're not helping, Graham. You're not helping, Graham.
But that's what happened. He was literally waving. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Trying to get your attention.
Trying to get our attention. My message is ready now. Hello.
Yeah, exactly. He have song.
I know. I feel awful, dude. If you want to come back, please come back. I'm not going to fucking kick you again.
Is that him there? Dr. Kits. No, that's not Dr. Kits. That's Alex.
No. Oh, it's
what a disappointment.
This one can talk dealing with that my whole life and all sorts.
Well, I'm happy to see you, Alex. These guys
I'm just kidding.
These guys are just dicks.
I'd rather see a blank forehead. No.
Yeah. My battery died. Dr. Kits had sent me some private messages. So
did he?
He asked me if I was Dr. Kits.
Are you?
That will be news to me. It would mean I've drunk more than I thought I have.
That's it. Graham, random stranger, wants to shave your beard off to honour Dr. Kits.
Want to do all my streams like this?
Oh God, we tried to FaceTime my parents yesterday. Or the day before my son's birthday. Oh. That didn't. I had to take my son round today to wave at them through the window because all we had was this alarming view of my dad's nasal hair and just constant screaming of, "I can't hear anything! I can't hear anything!" and then shouting at my mum. So I thought, you know what, this isn't the way forward. This isn't technology. Why he feels the need to hold the phone there? I'm just not entirely sure. I know what to do. There he is. Graham's gone. Dr. Kits is back. Hello, Doc.
Oh, there he is.
Hold the phone there. I'm just not entirely sure. I know what to do. There he is. I'm glad to see you back, Dr. Kits.
He's got everything going for him.
Not entirely sure. I'm glad to see you back, Dr. Kits. Feedback. Has he just got that on a loop?
Yeah. He hasn't muted it.
He's trying to sort it.
I'm just gonna keep going.
He's trying to sort it. It's all right. He's trying to sort it. Keep going. He's trying to sort it. It's all right. Yeah, Dr. Kits, we are struggling a little bit there, mate. We're just gonna. There we go. We'll just stop the feedback loop for a second. Dr. Kits, thank you for joining us tonight. How are you doing, fella? Are you well? There we go. Just stop the feedback loop for a second. Yes, thank you for joining us tonight. How are you doing, fella? You well? There we go. Just stop the feedback. Man. Oh, he's happy. That's all that matters.
Dr. Kiss.
Nick, are you all right over there?
He's got the eyes. The eyes are just above. Just above.
Dude, you can't sit up, mate.
He's got a smile on his face. That's all that matters.
He's happy.
Hey, we all have our problems.
I'm so going to get Crip Daddy on here to kick all your asses as soon as he's back in circulation. You know?
I'm trying to be happy about it. I'm just thinking.
I can tell. I can see the look on your face.
I just.
Nick, the dude's look, he's pissing himself there. It's funny.
He's happy.
He's grasping.
He's got happy
Nick,
eyes.
if you look at his videos, all right, he's not like he's had a scramble upstairs. He's in a bad way physically, but he's doing good. He's all right. He's having fun.
Okay. All right.
Dude, the guy put a video out called I Like Pussy. He's fine. He's living his best fucking life, dude.
Look, you can tell by his eyes that he's smiling right now.
Yeah, he's happy.
You can tell by his eyes that he loves pussy.
It doesn't even look like he's aware that he's live right now and joining in with this in any way.
Dude. Well, yes, he is. No, watch his videos. He's taking part. He's not got a carer there clicking this fucking stream for him, dude. He's on it. It's all right. Chances are he probably even knows Crip Daddy. I don't know.
Okay.
It's all right, Nick. You worry way too fucking much, dude.
We at Trigger Warning apologise for Nick's prejudice. It doesn't.
That's great.
That ain't me.
Yeah, we're sorry about that, Dr. Kids. Nick has a certain Victorian view of the world. If it's any consolation, Dr. Kits, I'm not worried about you in the fucking slightest. I think you're doing just fine.
What?
Yeah, let's say the guy puts videos out. I love pussy and all this sort of thing. He has more fun than any of fucking us, especially Nick. Look at him. He's fucking doing his sympathy face there. Look at that. What fucking hell? You're getting his sympathy face there, Dr. Kits. Look at this. Fucking Portman Nadura giving you sympathy. Jesus. That's gotta fucking suck.
Blink once if you're glad that you're you.
That was a blink.
I tell you what, Dr. Kits, blink as many times as you like. You're glad you're not fucking him. Well, we're going to have to bring Graham back in, Dr. Kits. But listen, you come back when we have nicer people on. Not these weird fuckers. Take care, Dr. Kits. You keep well, fella. We'll see you very soon.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, I feel better now.
That was great.
I thought he was a fucking troll. I mean, he might be a troll.
I'm sure he probably is. But the thing is,
sure he probably is.
I hate to say this, guys. You know, when you see people who've got like physical disabilities and things, try not to talk to them like the fucking babies. Just treat them as human beings and adults, because that's what he is. It's all right.
Yeah, at least he's now a troll on his own fucking terms. He might be an asshole, but it's on his time.
Mike is mute. Fucking hell, I'm mashing my words up.
What?
Graham's mic is muted to me. Is he not muted to you guys?
No, I can hear him.
Graham, say something.
I don't know what to say, man.
No,
I've been talking the whole time.
That's weird.
Completely silent to me.
What? Is this some way of being horrible? Is it because I'm a northerner?
Can you hear us all, Alex?
This is
Where
your
was that
long
one?
play.
Happy Dog. The one about Nick squirming because it was fucking beautiful.
Well, understandably so. His prejudices came right to the fucking
My prejudice.
forefront, and it was unbelievable, man.
What? I was
They
just worried it was. What? What was I doing wrong? Go on, tell me what I was doing wrong.
Well, you might as well have just gone, oh, you poor little disabled man, are you okay?
I didn't think anything.
That's what I got out of it.
It was disgraceful, man. I'm so ashamed.
Yeah.
I'm so ashamed. I'm so glad that whoever did put that out, official apology out, did do it from the team.
That is
Nick,
what
so
I was
glad.
thinking. Oh man,
I'm so glad.
You, Nick.
Oh,
Really?
man.
That's it, Graham.
Don't even go there.
Used to Graham being like that.
I'm gonna do a tweet and everything. I'm gonna do an official tweet on Twitter for the trigger warning Twitter. And I'm
Nick
just gonna say,
I've got a proper job. Don't do this.
we apologise.
Hey, I didn't come on here and start showing pornography. I didn't come on here and start waving guns round.
We apologise for
I expressed a certain amount of concern for somebody who I thought had an issue.
We explained the guns was toys. It's fine.
Yeah,
they're just toys, mate.
Well, they were if you live in the United States. Yeah, of course they were.
The toys here as well.
The toys here, yeah. It's just, mate. You don't go to paintball and say there's guns everywhere. It's just,
They barely leave a bruise if you shoot someone with them.
Do you honestly think anyone living in this country would come on a live stream on YouTube and go, "Hello, lads, look at me gun"? No.
Well, you obviously didn't catch the beginning of the stream.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
It's not a gun, is it?
No, it's not a gun.
Look at that, it's blue.
Yeah.
Oh
my
God! See that?
Airsoft. It's not real, Nick. You're very worried tonight. What drugs are you on this evening? You're so paranoid.
Toy, faggy.
I don't feel as bad about it as I did when the guy first came on. But to be honest, I was thinking, what?
Hey, that's
this
a real
guy's
one.
got an issue.
He's got a lot of fucking issues.
Is that a real one, Aphid?
This ain't for BBs.
No, that's a real one. Is that 9mm?
I don't really know. This is supposedly the one that started World War One.
I don't really know. That's what you like, people that have guns. So what kind of guns? Oh, I've got no idea. It's just a gun.
I don't. I'm not a gun guy.
You've got a gun.
Yeah, I do. Well, there's a reason. There's history, but this is supposedly the gun that started World War One. It was the one that guy shot the other guy with.
The guy shot another guy with the gun.
But no, it probably hadn't been fired for years. It's like a 100-year-old gun, but it was in my family, and somebody not too long ago actually gave it to me. So I talked to Sloop because I don't know anything about guns.
Someone in your family shot that guy.
Right. Well, supposedly it was a piece at somebody in my family on my mom's side had a bar in St. Louis that used it for protection, and they were in the mob or connected some sort. So my dad inherited it from when somebody died, and he was always like afraid that somebody got killed with it, so he wanted to get rid of it. So he sold it to another guy that he worked with, and that guy just so happened to came to my house for a garage sale I had, and I told him that my father had passed away, and he was like, your father sold me this gun years ago, and I'd rather, I have 100 guns, which he's probably right. And he's like, I'd rather it be in your family because it, means more to your family. So he brought it to my house like a couple days later, and I've never, had a gun or anything. But I talked to Sloop because I was like, Sloop, do I need to go to do I need to go to the government and tell them, I got this gun, or what do I just keep it under my bed? What do I do? I didn't know anything about guns.
Because of its age, it's an antique item now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Nick, when are you back at work?
I've been at work on and off ever since we've stopped going into school. We've just been using.
You might be getting a longer break after this, to be honest.
I imagine I probably will do. Yeah, I expressed concern for one guy, and suddenly my entire worldview means that I need to be I need to be thrown off trigger warning.
No, I don't think you should be thrown off. I think maybe you need to go on a journey.
Yeah. Just
and
nobody's banning you. We're just saying that certain views are out of bounds.
We're here for you, mate.
Right. What view did I express that was absolutely that abhorrent that I need to go on a kind of training course? I expressed a certain amount of concern for one individual that turned up, and I didn't think he was in a good way. That was it.
I think you should explain yourself more.
I think I should explain myself a whole lot less. I think I'm the only person left, apart from younger Alex, who's even younger now. For some reason, I don't know how that happened. It's the only other person who's drank anything. Everyone else here is stone cold sober. It's meant to be the drunk feed.
I'm
come on here.
Not sober.
Express some concern. Oh, Aphid
managed
with
to
it.
trigger
I've been drinking all day.
This guy's got it together. Yeah.
I'm not even close to sober.
A little bit of concern for another individual, and I'm getting ostracized by an entire community of people online.
Sucks to be you.
Welcome to being Graham.
Look at the fact you've gone so far as to go into the official trigger warning. We apologise for what Nick said earlier about giving a shit about another human being. That's against our policy. Surely the guy should be fed into a wood chipper.
Oh, it's not. No. It's not. No, see, that's completely a straw man argument. It's not that you show concern. It's that you basically look down on him.
I did no
as if he wasn't
capable
of just enjoying himself and hanging with the big boys, and you just thought, oh, is that poor little disabled man okay?
He likes white bitches, man.
Yeah,
he's fine.
And pussy.
He likes pussy, and he's got nice eyes. Not that I could see him.
He was laughing. I think it was laughing. Either that or wind.
It looked like you're having a good giggle.
Nick, your do-rag's coming loose, mate. It's sliding up.
I need a wee. I'll be back in a sec.
Have fun. I bet he doesn't shake it off properly.
I bet he's still watching and listening, because I wouldn't stop watching and listening.
He's gone.
If I went and did anything else.
He's gone. Well, I know when I go in a bit, I won't watch and listen. Literally, just be off. Just off. There we go. It's the way to do it. I can go back and check through it tomorrow to see what you fucking pricks have been saying.
Probably not a fucking lot.
No, a load of bollocks from what I saw before, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but you get to this point of the evening, everybody's so drunk, we're just all sort of sitting in silence. It's really riveting entertainment for the viewers.
I wish I was.
Martin, thank you very much. I like the fact that someone on some level has expressed some concern for me. Thank you.
Well, let's get a good topic going, young Alex.
I'm going to say that I doubt the sincerity of Martin's comment. I'm just going to go out on a limb there.
I'm just reading it at face value and accepting it as it is, just as I did with an individual who turned up on the stream looking as if he was incapable of being there.
And yet there he was.
And yet, yes, indeed.
Sometimes you have to think it all the way through.
Which I didn't, and I admit that. But let's be honest, it's not meant to be a sober stream. But everyone else seems to.
Don't blame the drink.
It's not like the other one.
Don't blame the drink.
Hey, I was nowhere near as bad as anyone else on the last one. I mean, people like Graham and Natalie just dropped off and didn't ever come back till about 2 days later. I've had a few beers on this one and expressed concern for somebody. And it's a terrible thing.
Here
I've
we
got
go.
People in the chat going, "Oh, Nick,
Nats
you need some help."
Concerned as well, didn't they? Eh? That's how they sold it back in the day.
It's because you're showing weakness, Nick. Don't show weakness. Just
whatever.
Fucking stick to your guns.
I came here and said one thing one time about discrimination, and every single person in the chat decided to call me Stefan Molyneux.
Like I say, sucks to be you.
At least he reasons out his arguments. Not just hateful.
Oh dear. Wait, remind me why I like you guys.
I haven't got.
I don't know.
I've not got anything. Nothing comes to mind right now. I will get there at some point, though. Oh, you said before, though, about the conversation in the studio. I can't fucking wait to get back there. I just want to put a meat space on. The second it loosens up, I want to book a meat space and just have a big fucking party with everyone.
And then everyone will get coronavirus.
Oh.
Well, it'll be loosened by then. We'll sort something out.
What do you mean be loosened? It's not going to go away. I honestly believe there are two outcomes here, guys. I hate to break it to you. Either they come up with the vaccine or they let us all out and we lose about 3% of the fucking population.
That's exactly what I said at the start of the stream.
Those are the two options that we've got.
We're not going out in 3 weeks.
Anyway.
It's not happening.
No.
We're losing them anyway, though, aren't we?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that's how it is. It's not.
We're not losing as many. We're not losing as many as America, though, are we?
Do you know? I'm getting a bit. I've got to say one thing about this. I've seen that a lot. America's overtaken Italy. America has like the fucking population of Europe.
Right.
We need to add up Europe and then compare it to America.
Exactly.
If you want to compare America, you need to be comparing like individual states.
Also, I'm absolutely not having it that all of a sudden Italy and Spain have pulled a China. You know, fucking flatlined all of a sudden. Like that.
That's what's going around.
What do you mean? What do you mean? All of a sudden? I mean, Italy has been progressively. They withstood new cases and deaths for way longer than I thought they would after they completely.
No, what I mean is their figures have just gone flat.
Right.
All of a sudden, very quickly.
The figures
as did Spain's, whereas also some of the UK's gone like that.
Yeah,
it's all bollocks. The figures are all up the fucking.
The figures don't take into account the people that haven't been tested. Also, the people dying in care homes, dying in their own homes. They're just not accounted for, are they?
Well, the tested new cases, I think those are useless. But the deaths, I think, are the closest thing you can go. I mean, the closest thing. I'm not saying they're completely accurate, but as far as what we can go off of, I think
they're not taking into account the deaths in care homes. Only the deaths in hospitals are being counted.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know about that.
They've not care homes at all, and
really,
they're just
care
about
homes. Like here, in our county, I live outside of St. Louis, so it's a suburb, and almost. I would say a third of our cases are all in nursing homes or care homes, I guess you guys would call them.
We're just about to add the numbers, so it's going to look like the UK is about to have a massive spike, but it's just because they're about to add the numbers that were there anyway.
Well, you can see, if you follow the graphs, every day, there's one day it'll go down a little bit, and the next day it's like shot way up. It's just because of the figures aren't being.
The thing with the US and the whole stats management there, you've got to remember that the entirety of the UK is just a little bit smaller than Oregon.
Right.
So you've got to go across all the way to Russia through Western Europe and all the way down to North Africa to compare the landmass. And the kind of population that you're looking at. I mean, what is there in the US? About 320 million people. We've got 66 here.
Yeah,
which isn't even comparable.
Well, it should all be done by per 100,000, like death rates and stuff.
Yes, it should. Yeah, I agree.
You're talking about land mass. We're still like 1/5 of the population, though. Yeah. So it's not like. Like that there is a thing in terms of space, but then we are very, very densely populated.
Yeah, but you've got to remember but what you've got to remember in the US that it doesn't work like that. I mean, you've got massive areas of open land
in the center of America.
And then you've got the West Coast and the East Coast, and which is a whole lot more densely populated.
Yeah, but
it's not 320 million people evenly distributed across the US.
No. But if you're going to compare us, you would compare us to like the state of New York in terms of density, it's not fair comparing us to Ohio. It's still like 1/5 the population. It's squeezed into this tiny fucking space. It freaks Americans out when they come here. How close our cities are. Going from Manchester to Birmingham is.
Well, I mean, the East Coast. I mean, is like that. It's pretty solid.
Yeah,
you could lose the East Coast though, couldn't you? I mean, you're.
What do you mean? You can lose it.
Yeah. There's not a lot there, is there? Honestly.
No. When you say that, Graham, we're going to keep Orlando, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not classed as the East Coast. That's fine. We can keep the banana.
It is on the East Coast of the state. I'm just checking. I'm not being pedantic. I'm just checking because I like.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
Fuck the rest of it. I'm fine with
Florida lives by its own rules.
Well, apparently that is kind of the way it's going right now. I'm amazed at how much you guys know about American politics, and
I know
it leads the rest of the planet. That's the reason why.
It's not just that. I don't think it's just that. I don't think it's just that, Nick. I think most countries like taking interest in other countries, but I never get asked so much by any other nation of people that Americans going, "You've got problems of your own. Why are you worried about us?" It's called knowledge, Dick. I mean, it's just it's the world. I don't know why you wouldn't know about another country. Your country's shit enough. Yeah, so we're looking elsewhere to make ourselves feel better.
I mean, I've had people explain to me the difference between like the Queen and your Prime Minister, but it still just doesn't register in my head. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
The Queen is a.
I know what you're gonna tell me, but it just don't.
She's literally a powerless figurehead for the nation. The power she has is granted to her, and whatever power she has outside of doing her job, she never uses for obvious reasons. We don't have monarchy like we used to.
I know how to explain it. Look, it's like Colonel Sanders, man. It doesn't matter who plays Colonel Sanders on the advert. The chicken's the same.
See, but Americans say they don't understand monarchy and things like that, and the deifying of human beings. Yes, you do. The Kardashians, celebrities.
Yeah.
You are not in any way morally or intellectually superior.
No.
You worship the shit we throw away and our royals. It's weird. Americans, you get all the, remember fucking independence and all that. The rest of you guys queue up 12 deep at Buckingham Palace to catch a glimpse of some fucking old lady.
Yeah. Americans care about the royals way more than we do. Way more.
Do you know why that is?
It's really weird.
You know what that is? Secretly, deep down, subjects.
Yeah. You know what it's like.
While I do agree with you, I think that that's all about to change. I think that the sports figures that we put on a pedestal, I think a lot of that stuff's going to change with this whole, not so much the virus itself, but just the economy, and how we're going to feel about social gathering and how we spend our money. And
if we go into a depression, entertainment will thrive like it hasn't since the last Great Depression. So those things
I don't think it could thrive financially the way it has now. Like I don't see how we could have, I don't see how we could have like $1 billion money making movies, and the Marvel series.
Go back and look at.
No, I understand that, but how can we gather? If this does go on, like some of you guys think that for a year or more, how can we gather or how can we spend that money to acquire those riches if it's not possible?
Well, prices will probably come down over time.
Well, the
you think if you can go to the movies for $1, you're going to be willing to take that risk to get the coronavirus?
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty fucking close to not giving a shit. Yeah, I'd really like to just go
excuse me, can I just say, Aphid, that you're saying it like that, like you haven't got thousands of God-fearing Americans heading to church tomorrow.
Well, I mean, maybe you do. I don't know any of them. I don't know any of them that are, and I don't think that it's going to happen. I think it's going to be a small number, but
I think it's
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
It's going to be thousands.
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
If thousands will go to church, thousands will turn up for a Marvel movie.
Especially
after a year of this, because that risk reward ratio changes over time, and there reaches a point. That's why I've been watching what's been happening here in the UK with the police, thinking, you know what, you might be only over exuberant individuals, but you need to keep a lid on that, because as things go on, as life gets tougher, as people start getting more annoyed, more angry, it's only going to take one of these heavy-handed police officers to cause a fucking riot.
Right. Well, the food shortage is, I think, going to come before that. Even
it won't even take that here. We've had riots exactly for that reason several times. You have in America. Look at the LA riots.
Yeah,
it only takes one sort of flame to start a huge fucking fire.
I took my pants off. That's and no one even noticed me do it.
Do we think the handshake's dead now?
No, I don't think it is.
I hope so.
On hold.
I don't think it is. It's on hold. I agree. It's on hold.
The origin of the handshake was that you did that to demonstrate that you weren't going to reach for your weapon.
Is that right?
No, that's true. Yeah.
That's the reason.
That's ironic because I always touch my cock when I'm shaking someone's hand.
I mean,
I don't mind the handshaking.
We'll probably be doing salutes instead from now on.
Well, the origin of the salute's even more interesting. The origin of the salute is when you met another man in armor on horseback. You actually lifted your visor to show them who you were, and demonstrated that you trusted them enough to say, I don't need to wear my hat. Yeah, that's
here's the important thing, guys. As long as hugging is finished.
So that doesn't happen next time we meet again.
That's a terrible thing that they brought in from America that I disapprove of massively.
It's American.
Nothing better than a good hug.
Fuck it off.
I'll give you a hug, biscuit vapes. I'm there with you.
No, I only like hugging women. Lots and lots of women.
I only meant it on a platonic level. I didn't mean it.
But he can't do that ever since that injunction.
Everyone thinks about the people like me who just don't like to be touched at all. Hugging, shaking hands and stuff.
I hug my son. I hug my wife, obviously. My parents. That's it. That's it. I don't want any other fucker mauling me or touching me. I just think it's just ungentlemanly conduct.
There was a YouTuber, Sophie Vape. She had her back broken by some idiot just hugging her too hard. Ran into her, hugged her and broke her back.
And worse than that, people are sweaty and clammy, and I just don't like it. That's an American thing that we need to stamp out of our civilization. This you hear people going, "I love you, dude." Fuck off. Fuck off.
Surely we've got to get rid of the word fries before we get anywhere near anything like that.
I never use that word.
I'll see you in a bit. I gotta go. Go on, don't make me just abandon you. At least acknowledge the fact that I'm saying goodbye.
Graham, it's been a pleasure, no matter what kind of crap I have to say.
Don't forget to sleep in the recovery position,
Aiden's stuck here now.
I'm so not stuck here.
I know what I'm doing in terms of getting
leave my bladder. I gotta take a break here a second. I'll be right back.
Catch you later, Graham.
See you in a bit, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Have a good night. Don't you bushy boo me. I'm not a bushy boo.
I'm going to log him out of this fucking thing.
Look at tomorrow.
You know what? I thought I'd need to be in a room where other people were smoking.
Well, don't be sitting there listening to what people are talking about you.
I was just sitting there going, oh. I needed a minute to get myself up, ready to stand up and do things. I drank a lot of wine tonight. It's got to be 3 bottles there.
I thought I'd need to be in a room where other people were smoking or vaping to feel the peer pressure. I just don't at all. I'm on here now going, you know what? I could really do with a cigarette right now. Because I'm just watching it play out in front of me.
That's what I did when I turned my camera off. I was setting off a whole thing where I've got my window open. And then I've got this massive floor fan set up to blow my smoke away so that I don't get shouted at for smoking. And I'm like, look at me, eh? Smoking and everything. Yeah, with a fucking industrial fan behind you.
Should we all log off before Aphid Lip gets back?
Well, you can all stop the camera. You can all just go.
I've got a big orange button here that says end broadcast.
I've got that fucking button these days when I'm doing the clips. Never had that button before, the ability to end the streams. And the first time I was doing clips and I had that button, I was so tempted to press it. Mainly when Graham was talking.
Yeah, you could have just blamed me as well, couldn't you? Wait, why am I back on the stream as well?
Good content.
Little known fact about Graham. If you're on the phone with him and he says, I've got to go, mate, I've got to go to the toilet, you can get at least another 10 or 15 minutes.
Really? Tesco? Oh,
he can't resist the topic. He just gets beautiful.
He just starts gossiping and I'm like, really? Go on then, finish. All right. I'm literally outside the loo holding my dick going, I've got to go.
I'd just blatantly sit on the toilet while I'm filming. I don't give a fuck.
Hayden, I've not done the thing tonight to tell people to send us PayPal money. So
that's okay.
Don't forget.
just in case you're enjoying this.
Stop turning the camera back on. Go on, Steve, easing. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't be coming here with your fucking nonsense.
I don't see what the problem is with the socialist government anyway. It's probably best he goes. He'll start going on about fucking owning the roads in front of your house or the fucking lampposts or something.
Because that's just so impossible, isn't it? Eh? People actually owning shit that's around them.
Madness.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it tonight.
Soph would never, ever trust me. She'd never speak to me again if I managed to keep him going there. All right, Graham's gone. It's 2 a.m. I actually only popped into Salo. I literally only popped into Salo, but I'll probably pop on again tomorrow night. But Jasmine, it looks like you had a fine time. Alex, fucking good to see you on the stream though, dude.
Yeah, good to see you all too.
You look well. You look, I've had enough. I'm fucking... Are you going to be sick in your bed?
I have.
You're going to be sick in your bed, yes.
I'm not even halfway to my usual point yet.
Just make sure you lie on your side. See, Nick, I care too. It's not just you. I care too. And I'm reasonable with it. I don't fucking patronize him with it.
Oh man. I don't know how Guy got younger from the beginning of the feed, but suddenly he was young Alex to start with, and now he's younger Alex. I don't know how
nobody else is my age on here. I'm the only young person on here.
How old are you, younger Alex?
Somewhere after 25 and before 30, but I can't quite remember.
All right.
See, that's not a good sign.
Did you see Aphid lips to bed eyes there? All right.
I've had Happy Dog in the chat all day sending me messages. Happy Dog tonight is reminding me of someone I used to share a prison cell with, and he's writing me creepy letters.
Not what I thought you were going to say next.
Aphid looks proper checking you out here, Alex. Look at this.
It's like,
come on.
With his new Hetman jacket on.
I mean, have you got this on like a proper 65-inch American TV screen right now?
I have it on like 4 TV screens. Actually.
Oh, he's got 6.5 inches for Alex. Don't you worry about that.
Do you like chocolate or like sugary candy?
Do you like puppies and that? Yeah.
Yeah, if they're in the back of a van.
Do you like the back of a white van or a different colour van?
The rainbow van.
Book score, I've not checked out. I've not listened to a Satriani album for fucking about 20 years. So
I love Joe Satriani. He's awesome.
I don't know. It's too happy.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away from his amazing talent and ability. It's just there's only so many times that Mixolydian shit gets right in my fucking nose after a while. It's just, come on, everybody, let's all be happy. Fuck you. Fuck you, Morbid Angel. There we go. Right, guys, I've got to go because I don't know what time everyone's going to be up, and everyone's not sleeping so great at the moment. Anyway, but listen, it was great to come and say hello and have one drink with you terrible human beings, and I feel a lot better about myself, so thank you.
Good. You might want to check the stream before it ends up going like live for later.
I never do that. Never, ever.
No, they've already been demonetized. What else could happen?
I didn't give a fuck when we were monetized.
We could lose the entire channel altogether.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's right. That's right.
That could happen on the grounds of what ended up happening earlier on.
Oh, it was a 10-second BB.
Yeah, with 2 seconds. It
was beautiful.
Shit happens. You can't stress about these things, dude. If it's your time, it's your time.
I express a certain amount of concern. There'll be another 20 minutes of Nick. What are you doing?
I get it. No, Nick, I get it. But in all honesty, at some point we're going to get banned off YouTube.
You resign yourself to that before you've even started. It's going to happen.
Yeah, we'll have to go to DTube, won't we?
The biggest question is it going to be Hayden or Graham who gets us banned?
Oh, Graham.
Graham,
Nazi.
Everybody's money's on Graham.
Oh, it's going to be.
To be fair, it's only me that's got us suspended so far. But I think he'll do it once and it'll be fucking cataclysmic.
Well,
so that's the way I
only
see
Graham
it.
nearly got us banned by showing somebody fucking a horse.
And then saying, no, it's legit.
Oh, dear.
It was a guy fucking a donkey, wasn't it?
I don't know. I missed that.
It was a guy fucking.
A
donkey.
I'm not even gonna ask when that was.
It was a long time ago.
Well,
it was close up as well. I mean,
there was a
artistic.
reason. There was a reason behind it, so it was all right.
I think I was talking about fucking zoophiles or something. Whatever it was I was talking about. Graham went and hit the Google.
Oh dear!
He just put that up. I was like, "What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?" But at some point we'll get banned. What can you do? That's life. We'll go to DTube after that. When that fails, just all around Nick's house.
Yeah, because this is just a total landscape of debauchery and wrongness in every way. I've got 4 candles and a tin of Guinness in front of me. That's it.
4 candles.
4 candles, as in handles for forks.
Aye.
I tell you why I've got. Yes, it is. In fact, since you asked, 4 candles as in handles for forks. I like those 4 candles to remind me when I do my own stream on Purple Woolen Hog that it's meant to be light-hearted and it's meant to be comedy. So yeah, I lit them earlier, and that's the reason I've got only 4 candles burning. That's absolutely true.
How do candles remind you it's supposed to be funny?
Because there's 4 of them.
Couldn't you just before you go and go? Couldn't you just before you go and go? Be funny.
Or a post-it note.
It's become part of the ritual of doing my own feed. Yeah. I like them before I go on live.
Do you? If you don't like your 4 candles, do you become overly sincere?
Yeah, that's happened. I haven't lit them, and it goes wrong, and it all goes like, "Oh, what's happening now? 2 million has got to be allocated to domestic violence because this has happened and I focus on that instead of focusing on the fact that Fistral Beach Bar did a live feed and DJ set last night, which was great.
If you're going for laughs, I'd have gone for the domestic violence.
Well, it depends on what feed you're on. If you're on this feed, yeah, that's the kind of thing you do. But
never play to the audience. Make the audience play to you.
Yeah, but on my the people who are watching mine
tomorrow night. Tell you, try this at work. Rape and age jokes. No problem. You'll fucking nail it, dude. I'll be there for you. Don't worry. I'll be cheering you on.
What are you going to be there for? The counselling for the fallout?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to enjoy it, and then I'm going to fuck off like everyone else.
I'd rather not have my entire feed pulled on account of that. Thank you very much.
Muhammad, hang on. Muhammad Hrila says, "Fuck you." I'm not entirely. Muhammad, which one of them is it you want to fuck? Because I'll probably be able to sort it out. You look like the sort of chap that enjoys that. That's a delightful frog. Just let us know, Mohammed. And what seems to be the problem? Can I help you?
It's a shame.
He's coming angry, hasn't he?
I don't know. Happy Dog's just blown that out of the water.
I really want to know what's wrong with Mohammed.
Was that a comment from Facebook?
Yeah.
I didn't even know we were going.
Oh, yeah. I didn't.
Yeah, it goes.
Shoot, I hope I wasn't tagged on this.
On StreamYard, it goes out for like multiple formats if you want. That's what the, yeah.
Don't want my mom seeing this. Jeez.
Oh, hey, Philip, she knows all about it. Be under no illusion. Be under no illusion. I'm very upset about Mohammed. I don't know why. What's the anger? What's the rage, dude? Maybe we can help you. Talk to us. Nick cares about shit. He's.
But could you make a bigger mistake on this channel than to give a shit about something? It's
no.
Like, what?
No.
Man,
I nearly made a terrible joke then. Let's leave that.
Fuck you, fuck me.
Oh no, that was definitely in a whole new ballpark. I don't even know what it was, but I know where it was.
Oh no, Mohammed, don't be sorry, dude. It's all right. I just wanted to know what the score was. He said, "No one's upset. No one's upset." I just want to know what it is because that caught my attention. That was interesting. Most people say hello, but fuck you spelled incorrectly is good. Just, let us know how you're doing. Are you having a good time? Are you wearing that shirt right now? Let's keep us in touch, dude. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Not a count of that. Here's the Patreon.
Patreon.com/Trigger Warning TV. You can become a patron for anything from $1 a month or up. I recommend about 50 or 60. So go on. If you got the balls to go out wearing that fucking shirt, you must have a few bobs up. Look at that.
Oh, Mohammed.
Is that a man bag?
That's not really it. It's a stolen photo.
Thank you.
I wouldn't worry about anything. If you're on this stream, you're going to get more grief than you are ever in the commentary. Trust me.
Thank you.
I'm still not going to say what I was going to say.
Go on.
I've not drank enough. Guys, I'm going. Catch you all down. Like I say, I might come on tomorrow night. But thanks everyone for watching. I hope it was fun. It looked like fun when I was checking it out earlier.
Been a pleasure, gents.
Been a pleasure indeed.
Cheers,
Take
everyone.
care, everybody. We're gone. We're out of here. We're just like, yeah, fuck it. Here we go.